Go back to my old layout. TikTok changes every couple of weeks, pretty much. Okay, yeah, this layout looks pretty good to me. Let live go out, guys. Is two-state the only way? We saw that there was a meeting today in Cyprus. We saw that although there was no breakthrough, there was no actual progress, at least they're meeting. We saw that at the end of the day, we haven't got a solution. We are not anywhere near a solution either. So is two-state the only way? We're seeing Turkey's influence in Syria. We're seeing America pull out of the Middle East slightly from Syria, allowing Turkey to gain more control and more influence. We're seeing the Turkish army increasing their forces on the north of Cyprus. We're seeing them bringing in steel domes. We're seeing them increase their military. We're seeing the South doing an alliance with Israel and Greece. We're seeing friction on the ground. That's what we're seeing right now. And yeah, that's the question. Is two-state the only way? 50 years of negotiation. Are we doing it wrong? Have we been approaching it wrong? Is the reason why we don't have a solution yet because the BBF don't work? The federation will never work. The rotating presidency may never work. And we'll be stuck as we are for the next 50 years. Now, I don't think that's fair on the Turkish Cypriots. But anyway, I'm just the host. Turks, Greeks, Chinese, whoever's interested in the Cyprus problem, come on up. Let's have a discussion. In the meantime, I'll let the live go out to some people, and then we can get started. Whoever's joining, come on in, give some likes, give some shares. You know how it is. Don't be stingy with your likes, people. You know what? I'm guilty of being a bit stingy with my likes, and I totally get it. When you listen to a live or you watch a live, it's not the first thing you think of, but it does help the algorithm. It does help it go out to as many people as possible, and I do appreciate it. So thank you very much. Oh, there you go. I've got a few likes on SW Fine, so thank you very much. Appreciate that. Welcome to everybody who's joining. Let's get the party started, hopefully. What should we call the Wednesdays? Any ideas on the Wednesdays? Has anyone got any... what should we call it? Wild Wednesdays? Anybody want to talk about Wild Wednesdays? How about that? Oh, Stella. I think you requested by accident. But you know what, Stella? Lovely to hear from you last time. And you are welcome up anytime you want. Not sure how the Greek Cypriots feel about a two-state solution, but it's a question we need to ask ourselves, and it's definitely an opportunity to find out what people really think of a two-state because of what's going on in the region, because of Turkey's growing influence in the area, because of our alliance with Israel and Greece. We are getting further away from a federation or even a unification. I think the unification is so far away we can't even see it anymore. But in terms of an actual federation, I think it's 50-50 at the moment. I don't see either president really making that much effort. We saw today that Christodoulidis was not really that interested in talking about rotating presidency. He did mention he wants to pick up from Crans-Montana. He wants the talks to resume from there. But how do any of us know what was truly discussed in Crans-Montana? And if it's even likely it will ever pick up again, because we do know that the last time was probably one of the last times that we had the opportunity to negotiate. So let's see what happens. I'm going to leave the live going for a little while. Let's see if we can get a conversation sparked. Chatty Patty 2025.
Yes, bro. What's up? It's me, man. Caucasian.
What happened to your other account? Did you get banned?
Yeah, I got banned earlier today on some live. I don't even know what I said.
What did you do?
Because we was having like a friendly chat, like amongst
Yeah.
friends, and we were talking about like real life things. And I think like we kind of let our guard down and said things like a bit too close to home, sort of thing. Like, I don't know. I got banned for it until the 31st of January. It's not too bad.
Maybe all right.
But then I checked my backup account, and it was like, wow, like I must have like got some followers because like now I can use this one.
Well, welcome, mate. Welcome, Alex. Is what I do, mate.
Hello.
Buddy, you alright?
You're all good. I just see Andy went live for the first time just now as well.
Oh shit, I didn't see. That's a shame. I promised him I'll join his live. Is he still live now?
Well, he's a donut. He's picked the day to do it, but he must have not seen the posts.
Shit.
He picked the wrong day.
He's alright. He's alright.
I can't jump off here and go on there now. We're on here now, do you know what I mean?
We're trying to figure out a name for the Wednesday. What do you think of Wild Wednesdays?
Yeah.
Wacky Wednesday.
Oh, wacky, yeah.
Wacky Backy.
Yeah, a bit
Wacky
wacky.
Wednesday and Funky Friday.
Wacky Backy Wednesday.
Wednesdays and Fridays, they might be alright. Like a little midweek one, you know?
What's happening, Jan?
What's happening, Alex? What's happening? Occasion, you right?
No, baby.
No,
You guys must have seen the news coming out today, yeah?
Yeah, man. What
You
did I
must be
say?
happy about it.
Well, listen.
I'm not
Erhan
surprised
said
Jan's the first one up, to be fair.
Yeah, he's got something to say. He's got something to say.
Erhan said all the right things. Listen, rotating presidency, full political equality across the board. Anything less, it's dead in the water. And do you know what? Good on him for saying it. Good on him for saying it. That's what I said. That's
So you
what I want to hear
converted
from
then, yeah?
Erhan.
So he's your version of the Tatar you wanted, but more diplomatic and political.
The reasonable version.
But Alex, there's nothing wrong in what he said. There's nothing
That's
wrong.
what I'm saying, though.
Cyprus
He's pushing the same agenda as Tatar, but in a diplomatic and political way.
Look, we all said on these lives for a long time, Cyprus is a unique. It's a unique thing. It has to have a rotating presidency. If that doesn't happen in Cyprus, that would just spell trouble. Because it's people are always going to be biased to their own. You will get some people that will say the right man for the job. Of course, we know that. But the majority won't do that. So Turkish Cyprus will be left in limbo all the time. So we know that. Everybody knows that.
Well, he's done what you wanted. Now over to the
100%.
ROC.
Might as well speak the
today
truth
positive.
from the get-go, Alex.
John, what I don't get, why are they trying to make Cyprus live up to some standard of democracy that Europe themselves are moving away from?
You're right, Caucasian. I agree with you, but it is just a unique situation because you got to remember you are trying to bring two people together that has been split for 53 years. So you don't want to start it off wrongly, if you know what I mean. It's not like Europe. People haven't been split since the Second World War, you know. So we're in a unique position, and good on Erhan. I'm glad he said it, man.
I mean, do you know what always baffles me? The German situation with Berlin. You look at it now; it's like it never happened and never existed.
Yeah,
everything got integrated into one. Everyone lives normal, and Germany's whole. I mean, I'm not saying that's going to happen with Cyprus, but look, it can happen.
Basically, time heals everything apart from the Cyprus issue.
It's because us Cypriots were just fucking.
But Alex,
I don't know what word to use.
Alex, listen, no way. All right, look, listen. Christodoulousis has to at least take some flack here as well. He can't expect.
Oh no, I agree.
To put his heels in, turn around and dismiss Erhan. How many more presidents is he going to dismiss?
That's why we've called the live on today, Jan. Because I
dismiss
him, and we spoke about it, and we're saying the same thing. You know, that's hence the thing today. It's two states.
Alex, what's the other option? for Turkish Cyprus. I tell you, there's two more. There's a two-state solution or annexation from Turkey, becoming a 81st state
Well,
of
he's made
province
it
of
clear
Turkey.
today it's not going to happen. He won't even agree to rotating president. He won't agree to
Okay. So
nothing.
Turkish Cypriots can't sit there for another 50 years, and be strangled by the South administration. No way can we do
Jan,
that.
can I ask you a question, Jan? Serious question, yeah?
Go on,
Do
Joe.
you or do you not have a steel dome in the north?
Yes, we do.
I haven't heard that, John.
Yeah,
I've heard that. I've heard it.
It's came. Yeah, it has come.
When did it come? Is it in the last 12 months?
In the last month, it's there.
Okay, all right, fair
But it
enough.
doesn't matter. It's only for defense purposes, you know.
Defense from who?
Well, the Greeks have got it.
Not from the Greeks, surely.
No. But we got it there. We got it from maybe Israel wants to chuck a couple of poo-poos down there.
Or Hezbollah, Lebanon.
We're not. Yeah, but look, at the end of the day, we weren't the first ones to put it there in the first place, were we? So we're just acting. It's a reaction. You want one there? We'll have one there on our side. No problem.
Yeah, fair's fair, isn't it? What's sauce for the goose? Sauce for the gander.
Yes, sir.
Hello, George.
Hello, guys. How are you?
Hello,
sir.
Kala.
Hello, John, Alex, Sof,
George.
Hello.
Paddy.
Hello, Yoko.
Sof, δεν που γίνεται, να βγεις.
Δεν μου εσύ ρε, δεν ξέρω. Δεν νομίζω.
I
No
will
chat,
I will
chat.
You mean the party or
yeah.
you as individual?
The party.
Why? I see 15%.
Yeah, okay. The party will. I think the party will go well.
Okay.
I think so.
Ray, if I may say something, I've been in these lives for 1 month. I've been listening though for 2-3 months.
And we've loved having you, George. We've loved it that you've been here.
Who are you, Chatty Paddy?
You know me, man.
Caucasian?
Caucasian. Yeah, it's me.
Caucasian. Why did you change your name, Refile?
My other account got banned because I was with some friends and we was talking about some real life issues, and we got a bit too comfortable. We got a bit too comfortable.
You've been very outspoken lately as well.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's happening?
Really?
What's happening? Is it all good? Everything okay at home?
Maybe
As they say, right?
Maybe I need to boost my thingy. My TRT dose needs to be improved.
Sorry, man. Happens.
I think they found out that you are a Greek spy, my friend. I
Who,
think
me?
this is the reason.
Well,
Yes.
because I was sticking up for freedom of speech.
Yeah. Not just for this. Anyway, I want to say a few things if you want to listen to me, because I'm a little sad tonight after the meeting of Christodoulidis and Erhurman.
Oh no.
I would like to hear to my to my Turkish Cypriot friends, but to my opinion, Erhurman put a top stone in a close, in the near future solution, because he asked something that Greek Cypriots will never accept before the negotiations.
Juicy.
Well, what did he ask?
Before the negotiations.
What did he
I
ask?
said, I will finish, John, yes. I said again that according to my knowledge at Crans Montana, 2 steps should be taken. Greek Cypriot side was about to give, but he didn't, Anastasiadis didn't, give the rotated presidency, because this is the strongest card we have. Because we are recognized, either we like it or not. Çavuşoğlu was supposed to give guarantees and no troops, even in the near future. Not Çavuşoğlu, not Anastasiadis, neither Çavuşoğlu nor Anastasiadis took the brave step. Tonight, Erhurman asked for this, to take this the only card we have as Greek Cypriots, the rotated presidency, and gave nothing. So he wants everything, because this is the only thing we can give before the negotiations.
What did you expect to get, George?
But what's the problem, though, George? Isn't rotating presidency under the current constitution anyway that we signed in 1960?
Of course not.
So
What rotated
it is.
presidency?
The vice
President
presidency.
and vice president, Alex.
The same thing, man.
Tell me.
George, what did you want Erdogan to
He won't
do?
even accept vice
To go to
presidency.
negotiations
bend over and touch his toes.
without asking something before the negotiations. Ray, what are you going to negotiate?
George, do you know what you're saying? You're basically saying that the fact that you can't even be, you sound very upset about it as well. The fact that you can't even accept
Alex,
the
I'm very
rotating
sad.
presidency, that tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah, we've got
It
restrictions.
basically says that
Already?
More
we are more,
than
for fuck's sake, man.
Don't say that. That sounds really bad.
Why is that? You got a restriction already.
Someone keeps going around fucking reporting, man. My life keeps getting reported. I get restrictions when I don't even have a picture. Because you've got a lot of losers on here, that's why.
It's all right, I'll open up a live if it goes down. But listen, George. Look, George. Put your hand on your heart. Do you really think... You put your hand on your heart and tell me the truth now that Christodoulidis...
I have it, my friend. I put it just right now.
That did he ever wanted a solution in the first place? I think Erdogan sussed him out. That's why Erdogan has gone on hard. He sussed Christodoulidis out. He doesn't want it anyway, George. So best to give him what he wants to hear. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what Erdogan was going to say to him in this meeting. Christodoulidis already made his mind up. He does never want. The trouble is with the Greek Cypriots, they got it. I've always said it. They can never stomach the fact that they might have to power share with their neighbours on the north.
Well, he just made that clear a minute ago.
Yeah.
Jan,
They just can't do it.
Presidency. This is something I think. I agree with you that many Greek Cypriots and perhaps Turkish Cypriots don't know that rotated presidency will be given. This is 100% sure. But it will not be given eventually. Yes, this was from Talat, and Christofias agreement in 2010. But in the other side, there was zero guarantees and zero troops. Now Erdogan says, "I'll take this, but I will not give the other." It's very simple.
George, do you know why he's done that? You have just signed a coalition pact with the I country with 2,000 troops, rapid response troops at any one time, banging an Iron Dome over there, doing training with the I country and this and that. No, of course, Erdogan is not going to turn around and say to him, "I'm going to take out the troops from Turkey." It's never going to happen. But Christodoulidis has already done this damage. He's already done this damage 2 months ago.
Okay, Jan, this coalition has been formed. It's just a saying.
Listen, George, did you hear Netanyahu's speech that day when he come out and said it? You heard the venom in his voice. You heard there will be no empires forging, taking a bite out of Turkey. And everyone saying there will be no Ottoman Empire, saying that we're going to work closely with the South, saying that we're going to have a rapid response troop. In other words, what he was doing, he was fighting talk. It was fighting talk. And Christodoulidis already made his mind up then which path he wanted to go in. And you expect Erdogan to turn around at the negotiating table and say that we're going to have a minimum of 600 Turkish troops from Turkey there? You must be joking. What do you want the guy to do? Touch his toes and bend over?
TCYP, sorry to interject, okay? I'm an Israeli living in Cyprus.
Oh my God.
Just all we need right now.
Can you speak Greek? Can you prove that you can speak Greek? Is that a Greek? Is it Cypriot dialect they're speaking?
It's like Corfu Greek. I lived in Corfu 5 years. I live in Cyprus 5 years.
All right, we'll take your word for it.
Εντάξει. Okay, for me, I think a two-state will not work. I think it needs to be one state, unified, both sides, Turkish, Greek, one state.
But the thing is, how are we going to put Turkish Cypriot troops in with an army that has a coalition with a country like Israel that's opposing Turkey?
If
How
we
is Turkey ever gonna?
This is a
How is
common misconception. Okay, for me, we don't have Turkey is very performative. It's a performative country.
very
2015.
true,
Before
very
that,
true,
it's
very true.
performative. Let
I
me speak.
agree, I
Okay, I
agree.
explain to you very easy. 2017. What it is? They were very wanting to join the European Union. What happens before that? They wanted to be European Union. After they go to the Muslim Brotherhood, okay, maybe you kind of see now. It's performative. They only take an anti-Israel stance because they got rejected from the European Union. If they did not
But
get
I find that
rejected
hard
so
to accept
badly,
when, brother. I find that hard to accept when there's like a lot of investment and money being put down for this, like like military coalition that you lot
what's the
got now,
problem
putting
with it?
up
Is
domes
Turkey
and
scared?
whatnot.
Is
Like
Turkey
there's
scared?
money.
I
No, but
disagree
I'm
with
saying
that.
you can't say that it's not really happening because money's been put down.
Turkey turned its back on the EU long before 2017. I'd say mid
They've been wanting to
2000s.
join European Union for a very long time. Now they're part of the
Yeah, and they
Muslim
turned their
Brotherhood.
back on it. I'd say early 2000s, probably after like the Iraq War, around that time.
But why
And then
are you
what have
so
they done
scared of
since
Israel?
then? They've
You
made
know,
themselves self-sustainable.
the Turkish is the only ones banging the war drums, you know.
I would
we're
argue
not
that
scared
And
of
you're
Turkey
the
don't
one
Israel.
need.
putting
I would
troops
argue
against
Turkey
Turkey in
don't want the
Cyprus.
European Union.
We're not doing that. It's not our plan.
But you just did. You made the agreement
We
that
made
if
an
anything
agreement.
happens
It
in
doesn't mean
Cyprus, you're
we're
gonna
going to
go in.
station troops in Cyprus. We don't even have enough
You
troops
don't
to
need
send to
to.
Somaliland. Never mind Cyprus, okay? We don't want to do this. Like, our entire defense force is made up of 18 to 35-year-old conscripts.
I hear you. I hear you. But the
We don't
intention's
have the
there still.
manpower to even open a base in Cyprus, let alone send people to Cyprus. You know, we don't want to do this. We have a security pact with many countries. We have a security pact with Azerbaijan. Does that mean we're going to send people to Azerbaijan? No. It's security. We have it with a lot of countries. It just means that in the Middle East, the only other democratic and free country outside of Israel in the whole Middle East is Cyprus. So we have to have this relationship.
Wait,
Whether-
you claiming Israel's a democratic state?
Of course, we can
I
vote.
can't let me laugh.
It's funny.
you
He had
drew up
me
that-
going. He
you
had
had
me
the-
going.
You drew up that relationship with the South Cyprus because a divided Cyprus suits you better than a reunited Cyprus.
For me, no. For us, no. We want a united Cyprus. Ideally,
don't.
under
That's-
Greek
no,
control.
you don't.
Ideally,
Your
under
leader-
Greek
your
control.
leader
Okay, I don't want these
your
Muslim
leader doesn't.
fundamentalists
In
controlling the island.
2017 in the Crans Montana, yeah, he turned around and he said, this is Talat from his own mouth. He turned around and he said to the president at that time on the South, what the hell are you doing? Are you going to reunite with these guys? He stepped in at the last minute. And that is the truth. That's what happened.
Again, it depends on the
Netanyahu said
government here in Israel.
Who
We
was
have two
that, John?
different kinds of government. For us, personally, I don't like this current government. We can vote for our government. It works. We have a democracy. Why do we have different prime ministers? Only 4 years ago, we had a different prime minister. Before that, we had a different one. In the past 10 years, we've had 4 prime
Are you
ministers, but
claiming that?
not democratic? Okay.
My brother, are you claiming that people that are elected officials that come and go can dictate foreign policy? Like, for example, now,
Realistically,
are we
yeah,
saying?
we have votes in the Knesset about this. It's coming.
I find it hard to believe that there's not some sort of deep state or some military.
There is no deep state. If you think
guidance
this about one country, you have to think about all.
Yeah, of course. I don't think that elected officials have got the power to make like international decisions on that level.
No,
I
but this is
personally
why
don't
we
believe
vote on it. If you look at 26th December 2025, when we recognized Somaliland, that went through a vote for all of us, and we decided, okay, we're going to re-recognize Somaliland. It's not one politician that makes these decisions, you know?
Everything Israel does is for their benefit. They only did the Pact with Cyprus to use Cyprus to gain popularity within
Alex,
Europe.
are you Turkish? Because it only
And
seems
you
that
only went to Somaliland to
He's
try and
Turkish
block
typical.
Turkey from
for us,
Somalia.
it
to
seems
counter
like,
that.
okay, are you scared? Are you scared?
And the only reason
America
you've
is
got a
leaving the
pact
Middle
with
East. Who's
Azerbaijan
the
is to
next
protect
person in
the
the Middle
oil
East?
that's
Tell me.
coming from there. So don't give me all that shit.
Because
All you
Israel
lot do
and
is ever look
Turkey
after your
were in a
America's not
competition right
leaving the Middle
now.
East, dude.
Israel and Turkey were in a competition. Who is going to run
Israel's
the Middle East
no
next after
competition to
America?
anyone.
Who's
Israel
going to
I
win?
can
It's going to
assure
be
you
Israel.
one
Cry
thing.
about it.
I can assure
I
you one
agree. I
thing.
agree with what you're saying. So
Because
Can I
it
just
is
ask
throwing a
something
competition.
to Itai? Did your foreign minister not get contact to Azerbaijan to, just try and get Turkey to talk with Netanyahu?
What do you mean?
I believe your foreign ministers made contacts with Azerbaijan to try
Gideon
and pass a
Sa'ar?
resolution with Turkey.
You're talking about Gideon Sa'ar going to Azerbaijan, correct?
So your foreign
Yeah.
minister, I'm guessing you're Israeli, yeah?
Correct.
Yeah, so your foreign minister, did he not contact Azerbaijani government to find common ground so they can meet and come to an agreement with Turkey?
That's very common. We do have the Abraham Accords for a reason, so
Because
I'm
you guys are being
I'm not
blocked.
denying that's happening, but I don't know enough about it to speak about it.
Because you guys are being blocked from every direction now, I believe. You can't fly over Syria now, I believe. Is that correct?
We can, as of 2 months from now, apparently we can. There was a new agreement being made. Well, we can.
Well, Turkey's saying any unauthorized flights, and they'll be shot.
Okay, that's strange
announced
because
that
I was on a flight from. That's strange. I was on a flight from
I'm not-
Batumi to Tel
I'm
Aviv
not trying
3
to be
days ago,
awkward,
and
I'm
it
just-
was fine. So
I'm just asking you the question. You're the one that lives in the region.
of course, I lived in Cyprus 5 years. Before that, I lived in Corfu 5 years. My family have a tourism business here in Greece and Cyprus. For me, we're completely okay, There's a reason why we want it to be a Greek-led island, not a Turkish, because the Turkish is an illegal site. You look at the Erkan airport, it's illegal. No one recognizes it. The
What
entire
airport?
Turkish Republic, Northern Cyprus, it's an illegal state. It does not exist. No one recognizes it. Besides from Turkey, if that doesn't say anything, I don't know what
How
does.
come you guys never voiced this until recently?
What do you mean? The entire UN has voiced this for a long time.
Is that the same
So
UN that?
We've
Is that
been
the same
very,
UN
very
that
clear. The
condemns
entire
Israel left, right,
UN
and centre?
outside of Turkey has
Yo,
said this.
Itai, is that the same UN that condemns Israel left, right, and centre?
What, the
going
one
on?
that's lobbied by South Africa that drops the claims every 5 minutes? Of course.
Oh, God, fuck.
So you're using the same UN that's condemning your own country for what your government's doing, yeah?
I can tell you about the UN and what's going on in Israel, but
But you just used UN in a way
of course.
to prop you up. So I'm saying to you,
Of
like,
course, I'm using the UN as much as you use the UN
so you
against my
agree what they
country.
say about your country, then, yeah? You agree what the United Nations say about
No,
you?
I don't, because it's bullshit.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
And
So you see how we don't agree with it.
for us, we know that it's not true, and the entire UN knows it's not true. It's Muslim fundamentalists and South
Oh, here we go.
Africa and
Fuck
Ireland
off,
that
mate.
make these
You
false
fucking
claims.
Go
We
and
know
make
it's
some
not
fucking
true.
bagels, you prick. Fuck
Are you
off.
being anti-Semitic?
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Go and do some fucking
Anti-Semitic,
bagels.
okay, you're in
you cunt.
Britain. That's very brave of you
Fuck
to be
off, you
anti-Semitic.
fucking scumbag. Go and bake some bagels.
It's very brave of you to be anti-Semitic
Fuck
in
off,
Britain,
go on,
Alex. With your
salt
full
beef,
name here
go.
as well. With your full name as
Fucking
well.
mug. Fuck off.
Very, very brave.
What's
No one wants you in
anti-Semitic about
Cyprus,
telling you to
brother.
go and fucking
With
No
your
one
make
wants
full
you in
bagels?
name,
Cyprus.
you're being
Dickhead.
anti-Semitic.
No
unlike-
one
Fuck
wants
the fuck
you in
up, you
Cyprus.
fucking
Gosh, I
idiot.
love the
Fuck.
British for these stupid speech laws. I love them for this.
What, for telling you to go and bake bagels, you dickhead? Fuck
Yeah,
off.
you want to be anti-Semitic? Of course.
What makes that anti-Semitic?
Oh,
It's an
What,
anti-Semitic
like
talk,
me
you
telling
know.
a
You know
Turk
what
to
you
go and
said
make
about
kebab? That's anti-Turkish, is it?
That's a famous word, isn't it?
I think
Idiot.
he's
That one will-
anti-Semitic fundamentalist.
Orospu çocuğu.
Is this what it's come down to? We got Shalom brothers here representing the Greek Cypriots. Disgusting this is.
Good luck,
Cry
my Greek
about it.
Cypriots friends. This is what you
I don't-
ended up with.
I don't
You
know
ended
why-
up with these dickheads.
I don't know why you wasting
Yeah,
your
but
time.
you know, how is your country not recognized? You have no
Good,
Cyprus,
fuck
nobody
you,
recognizes
fuck
it. In
you,
Israel, at least
fuck
we have
you.
183
Jan,
countries
why are
recognized.
you
That's
wasting
okay.
your time with these losers? Why are you wasting
You're
your
the
time
loser.
with
You have no
genocidal-
country. You have no state.
genocidal freaks?
Why
Why
If
you
we are the
wasting-
losers, you have
why
no
you
state. What's
wasting
your
your
point?
time?
You sound German, brother.
Why
What's
you
your point?
wasting
You
your
have no
time?
state. You have no state. Where's your country? If we're the losers, where's your country?
Should I tell you something?
We know
Because
that-
nobody
we know-
recognizes it. Turkey, it's you practically live in Turkey,
Hey,
you know.
Itai, listen. If Turkey clicked his fingers right with the deal to Israel,
Don't
right,
fall
I bet
for
you
it. Don't
Netanyahu
fall
will be the
for it.
first to
Don't
recognize
fall
him.
for it, Kara.
Don't fall for
He's-
it, Kara.
he's
Because he keeps
useless.
saying
He's
country, country, but he doesn't
Yeah.
know the history at
They
all. Because
probably
there's not a
paid-
single Greek on the panel or in the comments that can deny that Turkish Cypriots
I don't mind having a
are not
discussion
as
with.
Cypriot as they are and entitled to Cyprus just as much as they are.
I'm not having. I've got no problem having a discussion with Greeks, but not these losers. Genocide.
Cry about it. There is no genocide.
Baby
Cry about it.
killers. Baby
Cry about
killers. Useless. Useless
There is
pricks.
that one.
Right? They shouldn't be here. But that shows that our Greek Cypriot friends, they allowed them in, and they're going to get run by them.
Okay,
Let's start
Turkey is
talking.
best friends with
Let's not
Azerbaijan.
get rid of this
Yes,
idiot.
yes.
Let's make it the debate about
They
us
don't work.
Cypriots, man.
They don't work the bread.
Yeah,
We're
right,
making
you
a
know
big,
what?
big
You
mistake.
know
But you
what,
can
bro?
cry about it because our best friend
Remove
is
yourself.
Azerbaijan and
Oh,
you
Right,
are
let's
friends
leave
with
it at the
Azerbaijan
panel between
too.
Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots. Carry on the discussion.
Does anyone here know Jaybird on the bottom left?
No, all right, guys. My name's Cengiz, Turkish Cypriot.
That's
All right,
unfortunate.
Cengiz.
All right,
No,
Hello,
buddy.
Cengiz.
I was
Hello,
listening. It
Cengiz.
was painful, man.
Painful.
That guy.
He is painful. I don't know why you guys are giving him time of day. Ignore him. Right? He's
Terrible.
nothing
Goating
nothing
hard.
more than parasite.
Winding you lot up.
Nothing more than shit stirrer.
Like a Turkish? Cockroaches?
Nothing more than cockroaches.
Yeah,
It
cockroaches.
shouldn't be-
Cockroaches.
it
Turkish
shouldn't be-
cockroach.
He
Cockroach.
start talking for Greek Cypriots, and what he's saying, he doesn't even know the history of Cyprus. He just
Yeah, so I
He's a-
think
he's
it's
a
best.
genocidal
Yep,
trickster.
yep. There is no genocide.
it's
for
best
crying
to
about
remove
it.
Let's find out. Itai, are you a Cypriot
think
citizen?
weren't that
I
why
have
they
a
got
passport, yeah.
banished? But that's why they got banished originally, because they were sacrificing children.
Well,
Ain't that the first?
If you're a Cypriot
original
citizen, though, he's got to say, you know, Itai, you got a Cypriot citizenship.
I do.
Jew? Me.
Okay,
yeah.
well, you
Ask
live in
him how
Cyprus.
old is he?
Και είμαι με λάσα
Ask him how
ελληνικά.
old is he?
Golden passport.
Yeah, he shouldn't be here. He should be in
Δεν
Israel.
έχω golden
Fighting
passport,
for his
ρε.
country.
You know I
Coming
speak
here
Greek as
is
well as
shit
Hebrew and
stirring.
English. It's
You
not my
shouldn't be
problem.
here,
okay?
my friend. You shouldn't be here.
Okay,
You
well, I'm
should
in
be
Cyprus.
Israel.
Cry about it.
Your
Cry about
country
it.
is down
Cry
the
about it.
toilet.
Cry about it.
They need every help
Wait a
they
minute.
can get. What are you doing here?
Itai,
the
have you
Romans
got
banish
have you
them
have you
because
got
they were-
citizenship in the south?
Of course.
Oh, you're you have a
Saud is
Republic
lost
of
it.
Cyprus
Έχεις
passport,
δύο
yeah?
passport. Έχεις
You
δύο
have a
passport.
Republic of Cyprus passport.
I have the
Do
south
you?
side. Not the northern one, no.
We were told that that doesn't happen in the south.
No,
it does.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it does, does it?
Yeah. Don't waste
Okay.
your time with this loser, Joe. Just ignore him. Let him say what he's going to say. We heard what he said. We know what he's going to say. Nothing is new, right? Don't give him time.
What I am going to say,
I'm just gonna
your
come
best
out,
friend of
hopefully-
Turkey is
I'll
Azerbaijan.
some
Don't
Greek
Get with our
Cypriots
best
this
friend.
big one on
and
TikTok.
defend
Don't
themselves rather
bother.
than this genocidal
wasting your
freaks.
time.
You keep saying genocide as if there is a genocide, which there isn't, but okay.
So I think it's best to just balance out the panel, Turkish Cypriots, Greek Cypriots, and carry on the debate. This guy's not going to add shit, apart from...
Remove this prick.
אופיר, מה נשמע, אחי?
There we go, another one.
Another one.
I can't say the name, how you doing?
Hello, my name is
Alex, you know the drill.
Don't worry, Sof. You're gonna learn it very soon. It's gonna be
Let's
all
see
over
it.
the place.
Let's hear it. You don't know I like it.
I'm a Turkish Muslim and I support Israel.
Oh, here we go. What is...
Ben Türk'üm abi. Sen Türksen.
Okay.
Yarrak.
Seni aile sikiysin
מה
yarak.
זה, ירק?
Yarak.
Kepek.
Ha? Köpek.
No, these people, they're Mongolian, you know?
Ne mutlu Türk'üm diye. Amına koydum. So,
Shut the fuck up.
listen, what's with the language, bro?
Alex, Alex,
They're very angry, you know, because our best friend is Azerbaijan, and Azerbaijan does not recognize their legal country in Cyprus.
Exactly. Azerbaijan is a perfect country and society.
Guys, we can talk about Israel and Cyprus for about 5 minutes, then we'll take it back to Turkish Cypriots, yeah?
Okay.
Go on, then. Let's hear it.
Can I just say
I mean, I'm a
hi
Turkish
to-
person. Do I get to stay?
Can I
Yeah,
just,
I mean, of course,
can I just say hi to John?
Lam Suat Abi.
Well done, Mike. You
Nasılsın?
represent very good. Çok teşekkür ederim. I'm just advising to a gentleman called Itai to Google or go onto video and check who is Cenk Uygur.
The dick, I don't like him. He can suck my dick.
Well, you don't
Cenk
like nobody.
Uygur?
You don't like
The Young
nobody
Turks?
that shows the
Have you got
truth.
one?
The Young Turks? Oh, I don't like him. He's a stupid heretic. Neurotic.
Yeah, so are you. So are you. You are more stupid than Cenk
Bro,
Uygur.
enough with the ad hominems, bro. What's wrong with you?
You're going to ad
interrupting
hominem. You don't have a point.
I don't have a point because you don't have a point.
What's your
Coming-
point? You say there is
So
a
what? I'll
genocide,
give
but
you a
there is
point.
not.
So what? Listen.
Let me
wanna
tell you
point?
what's my point. You don't deserve to be here because you're not
I'm a Cypriot citizen. What's your point?
Listen. I'll give you a point.
I'm
Okay?
telling you what's my
So
point,
what?
but I think
Hey,
you have to
check
clean
it.
your ears.
Check it.
Okay, listen. Siktir.
Yeah. You're right. You don't belong to Cyprus.
I live in
You can go
Cyprus.
to
I
I
love
live in
Cyprus.
Cyprus personally. I have a Cypriot passport. I've been here
Damn, I have a secret
Yeah,
passport, so I'm
you can
Cypriot.
stick
Long
that
enough.
in your ass. You can stick that in your ass because this is
No,
Cyprus.
I actually won't. I like it here. I've assimilated into the culture.
If you can't stick it into your eyes,
Without me,
you
the
know,
economy of
in
Cyprus
your
would fall
ass,
away.
you can let some
So,
Turkish
so
Cypriot.
did you just hear that? As a Greek
What
Cypriot,
did
you
he
happy
say?
with that, yeah? Without
did he
him,
say?
the economy of Cyprus will fall apart. So that's an
Yeah.
admission of
Without
spent
Israelis, no, without
230,000
Israelis, what would I
The
run
South
up
Shut
will
your
be
with?
fucking
nothing.
nose, you piece
Without
of You call
Israelis,
yourself
I'm
a
sorry, but
Oh, fuck
you
yourself.
have to admit, without Israelis, what would Arian Napa be?
No.
today?
Listen, me as an
Shit
Well, there you
individual, I
go.
spend 235,000 every
George
month.
Jason, what have you got
on
to say about
Cyprus.
that? Don't sit there quiet.
Itai spends 262,000 every month in Cyprus. You should thank him,
Wow.
Itai.
George,
Thank the Israeli business people inside
George, what
Cyprus,
have you
then
got
the
to say
fucking
about that?
Turkish.
Look, you got two people here claiming that they're propping up your side.
Of
Without
course
them,
we
your
are.
side will
We're
be
giving the
nothing.
biggest investment outside of Greece
Well, let them
into
speak.
Cyprus,
You know what,
into Israel.
Alex? You know what, Alex? We're better off on our own, bruv. Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
The
Turkish,
South
go
is going
back to
shit,
Mongolia. We
I
don't
tell
want
you.
you here.
Go
back to Mongolia.
We fucking
Go
close
back
the
to the
borders
steppes
nice
where your
and tight.
family
Don't
is
worry.
from.
You close the borders nice and tight. You can see a nice Turkish soldier in front of you.
I can't
Pointing at
believe not one Greek Cypriot is commenting to shut these
Good
two
luck
up
to them,
about them
bruv. Good
propping
It's a
luck
up
to them.
the
Turkish
They
song,
made
by the
their
way.
bed, Alex. Alex,
So it
don't
must
believe
be
it,
true
Alex. They
then.
made their bed already. They made their bed already.
I
Let
haven't
them
made
have
my
it,
bed,
man.
but I'm gonna
Let's
make
see
it
what
soon.
happens.
Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry.
So it
Fucking
must be
prick.
true then. Then the ROC is very dependent on these scumbags.
I'm a
Yeah.
Cypriot. What are you talking
You're
about?
literally
You're not
dependent on
fucking
It couldn't be
Tayyip
I am a
further.
Cypriot.
You
אבל
Recep
don't know the
Erdogan.
fucking meaning
Erdogan.
of a Cypriot.
I think I'm sure I'm like Kashkasa, okay? What you have to realize, you literally sit with fucking Erdogan. Erdogan, who is he to talk? He's like a Muslim
Listen,
brotherhood.
listen,
I'm
before
gonna
you
bring in
pronounce his
Shaheen
name, you have
quickly,
to wash
George.
your
I'm gonna
mouth out with
replace
bleach.
you and bring you back.
She's so
I think
respectful,
Shaheen wants
man.
to have a word, and then after Shaheen's done, I think we'll move on. Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
Alright, I'm actually
barakatuh.
banned from boxing.
Shaheen, put them to bed.
Nasılsın abi? Sen Müslüman?
I just come up to talk to Soft, bro. What the fuck are you doing?
We love you, Shane.
We love you, Shai.
Can we get the old Shaheen back? Shaheen, you got full permission to go old Shaheen, Hadi.
Shaheen, are you entertained?
I'm not gonna.
Yeah, just getting up here. I'll open in a minute.
Oh, these lot couldn't fucking buy an intelligent thought, bro. I'm just saying, what we doing, bro? Is this what this live has come to? Come on, man.
Itai is a Cypriot citizen, man. He lives in Cyprus.
He can be the citizen of the world, bro. It doesn't mean anything.
He's in Cyprus. His view, although maybe we don't agree with it, we need to listen to it. No,
No, we don't.
he lives there.
I don't need to listen to this prick at all.
Bro, you know how I know
have
we
to
don't
agree
need to
with
listen to it, so yeah? Look at your picture. You see those two flags?
Yeah.
They shouldn't be
Do
in
they belong,
Cyprus.
do
Those
they,
flags
do they
should
belong
not
to
be in
any of
Cyprus.
those
Neither
nations?
flag should be in Cyprus, it's one
Exactly.
flag.
So,
Okay, maybe the Greek flag as well.
Only the Israeli
Not
one,
the
innit?
fucking Turkish
Only
flag.
the
hey,
Israeli
Soft, do
one.
they
The
belong
Greek,
to
the
any of those
Cypriot, and the
nations?
Israeli flag
I
is
can't
the
even
one,
hear
you
you.
know?
You know, it's
Do
good
they belong
belong
to any
together.
of those nations?
I don't know. Ask him.
No, I'm asking you. You know the
They
answer.
don't belong to the. They don't belong
They
to
don't
Greece
belong
or
to
Turkey.
any of
No.
those communities, bro. That's
They
I'm a
belong
Turkish.
to.
I'm a
Where
Turkish
do you
Cypriot.
guys belong to?
Now listen, the only reason I have
They
Hebrew...
belong in Poland and Russia and
Shaheen,
Lithuania,
Shaheen. Shh,
wherever
just
they
give me-
came from.
Ulum, wait. The only reason I have Hebrew in my name is because I respect the state of Israel. I'm not Jewish, I'm not Israeli, I'm a Cypriot Turkish Muslim.
Okay, that's good for you.
Fucking piss cover. Fuck off.
I had to mess off. I want to have a good chat, bro. Come on.
Alhamdulillah for Turkey.
Yeah, are we done?
Do you think you're gonna make us to believe you that you're a Muslim
Alex,
and you're a
Alex.
Turkish? You
Yes,
can
mate.
check your
I think
name.
we're done. I think we're done with him, right?
Yeah,
Well
I
done,
think
man.
let's go
Well
back
done.
Bring it
to
back to Turkey and Greece.
balance out the panel of Greek Cypriots, Turkish Cypriots, and carry on with the Erdogan and Christa.
What the fuck was that, bro? I just got 10, 20 invites to come to this live. I come on the live and I see these jokers on here. What the fuck?
I'm reserving the last 2 spots for Greek Cypriots. Whoever's there, come on up, man. When we do an Israeli live, maybe on Friday, we'll bring in the Israelis. But for now, let's talk to the Greeks and the Turks.
There's no point. Looks off. Listen, there's no point bringing them up. It'll just be a shit show from the
They're
get-go
part.
because
You know, I agree with that.
Yeah,
but they're part of the island.
You
can't change that.
The whole agenda on coming in here is just slag off the Turkish Cypriots. What's the point of a live? Just going to break down in 2 minutes. Just
If a Russian came up as well, though, Jan, they slagged off the Greek Cypriots. Not one of them spoke up.
But they're not. Then this is what I can't. This is what I don't understand about the South. What do you guys want, man? Do you guys?
I think the ROC is scared of Israel.
Sit behind lampposts.
I think the ROC is scared of Israel. I think a lot of countries are scared.
I think the ROC is scared of everyone, mate.
Yeah. That's one.
Why
fact,
are they scared of Israel? Why should they be scared of Israel?
Who isn't scared of Israel?
Why? The Turkey's not scared of. We're not scared of fucking Israel. Why should
I mean, listen, I
rate.
rate. You know me, guys. I rate Turkey, but you guys could have done something 2 years ago, and you know.
No, you're right. You could have, but that doesn't mean we're scared. Are you mad? Are you what?
I mean, why? Why is it then? Why did you not do it?
Bro, it's just look. I've been saying this for time. So on so many lives, I keep saying it. This guy called Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Yeah, he's got a 100-year plan for Turkey. Yeah. Not only Turkey, but the entire region, right? And right now, literally step 1 of that plan. And I've been banging on this about this for a while now, and he all but came out and confirmed it on, I don't know if he put it out, but whoever he was tweeting it for him. And he said it, he come out and he admitted it. He's got a 100-year plan for Turkey, yeah? Now, don't worry, their time is going to come. And when it comes, it's going to be fucking glorious, yeah?
What, in 100 years?
No, not in 100 years, but I'm saying he's got a 100-year plan to solidify Turkey as a superpower in the world again. Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't agree with his decision. To obviously, everybody knows my views on that or what he should have done, and he didn't. And that's it is what it is. However, there's going to come a time, whether it's 80 years, 20 years, whatever, it doesn't matter. The whole point is their time will come, and when it comes, it's going to be biblical. Yeah, so let's just leave it like that.
Leave it there.
The bigger picture is, it's not that he couldn't do anything. I mean, the whole Middle East tried to draw him into a war, and they played very smart chess moves and conquered without fucking getting involved directly.
Can we bring Maria in? I mean, I've seen her on the lives quite a few times in the comments. I think last time you was putting your child asleep, weren't you, Maria? You couldn't come up. Or was you going out?
She's already up. Maria's here.
She's up.
Not sure if you're aware, Maria, but you are up on the panel.
I am aware of it. Hello. Good
Hello.
evening.
Hi. Good evening, Maria.
Good evening.
How are you, all of you?
We're all good. How are you?
I'm okay.
Would you mind just introducing yourself, telling us where you're from, Cyprus, and what you think of the Cyprus situation?
Well, I am from Cyprus. I'm a Greek Cypriot. I've lived here my whole life. I've studied abroad. Pretty much. That's all.
What do you think of the Cyprus problem? I know it's a hard question and a loaded question, but give it a go if you can.
It's a problem of an occupation.
Interesting. Why?
I am personally a refugee. My grandma's and my mom's house is on the other side. We've lost everything.
You tell us where?
I'd rather not.
Okay, that's fine. So if that's the case, how do you see a solution happening?
Can I ask how the occupation came about, in your opinion?
I don't believe a solution is happening.
Okay, can I ask how an occupation came about?
Through a series of mistakes that started from the English occupation of the island, the 55-59 struggle for liberation from the English, the divide and rule practice, colonialism.
Yeah, but in 1960 we signed the Republic, right?
Actually, my grandfather was a brother with a Turkish Cypriot.
I know, but you see what you're saying doesn't make no sense. Like, we signed the Constitution in 1960, so why don't you just keep it from 60s onwards? Because the British had no involvement at that point.
English still have an involvement in the island.
Not after the Constitution was signed, other than the two sovereign bases. So how did the occupation come about after 1960?
You want to hear my
Well,
point
no, I
of
hear
view?
you're talking about the British and all that. I agree. Yes, there was troubles on the
Yeah, the
island.
British, they still keep two sovereign.
So is it because of the British
island?
is there's an occupation on the island then? Yeah.
No,
You're missing out a whole chunk of history there, Marie.
Guys, let's let her finish, guys, and then we can ask questions. Finish, and we'll ask you a bunch of questions if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Go on, carry on. 1960. Yep.
Everybody know what happened here. It's not.
Well, no, you came straight up and said that there's an occupation.
Because you asked. The important thing is that you asked me if I believe there will be a solution happening. I don't believe there is a solution to this problem.
But you came up but Maria,
Jan,
you
hold
came
on a
up with
second.
saying
Jan,
that
hold on a
we're
second.
occupiers of that island. We're occupying the island. You're missing out a whole chunk of history.
And I asked you a very straightforward question, and you're
We're
not giving me
missing
an answer.
which part of the history you're missing?
The most important flipping part.
Which is the most important part for you?
Well, clearly you don't know. Clearly.
No, clearly you can. Clearly, please do inform me.
Okay, Maria, why did Turkey come to the island in 1974?
They were bored one day and were fancied flying over to Cyprus.
You want to take it there?
Yes.
It's beyond you to say it. You can't spit it out from your mouth. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it.
Hold on. Guys, can I come in? Instead of doing all of this,
what I am here to say is that.
Can I say something quickly?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, thanks. Instead of doing that, why don't you just walk her step by step what happened, and then if you
step, I've lived it. I was alive then. I was here.
Okay, that's
you
great.
should be telling us.
If then
I'm not that young, rather.
Listen, I know you. If you've lived it, then you're way older than me. Not only that, you're a woman. I'd rather not raise my voice at you, out of respect. So, but do me the courtesy by allowing me to finish what I'm saying, because that respect's gonna dissipate very quickly if you keep doing it to me. Please, yeah. So why don't we go through it one by one, right? And if you still don't agree with the facts and the evidence as they're presented to you, then everybody can decide how they want to talk to you after that. Fair?
Up to me.
Okay, go ahead, Alex.
Go ahead. I mean, she said she's lived through it. She should know the history of what happened from 1960 all the way up to 74.
So let's go through it then.
You can't just come up here and sound all pissed off. Yeah, I get you pissed off because you're a refugee and you lost your land, but that frustration should be more directed at the frustrations that Turkish Cypriots have towards that same organisation that caused it.
All right, guys, let's do this differently because there's an opportunity here to educate people. So, Maria, what do you think of the Turkish Cypriots?
I didn't come up here to educate me.
No.
This is insulting.
No, let me just not you, but the 50 people listening.
This is insulting.
Not you, Maria. The people that are listening. What do you think of the Turkish Cypriots being kicked out of the government and living in
And
enclaves?
Hersoff, she sounds like she is the most
First of all,
educated.
this is what you got wrong. Nobody was kicked out.
What happened?
They left. They are by their own free will.
Why would they?
Left. Nobody was kicked out. Kicked out. You know what's the word? You know what the two words mean?
Gunpoint.
Someone comes and kicks you out. They left. They
Why
took
did they
their
leave?
things.
Why?
They
Is that
took their
Khan
things
ugly?
and they left because they didn't
Yeah,
agree.
it's me.
That's why.
Why didn't they agree?
Let's take it, and you want to take it that far? I'll take it that far.
Let's take it that far.
Well, yeah, you have to back your claim of the island's under an occupation.
The constitution that Archbishop Makarios signed was a constitution that he did not agree with. Let's start with that part.
Okay.
Yeah, let's start with that one.
How is that the
The
Turkish Cypriots' fault that he signed something they didn't want to sign?
Let me finish, Alex. The English forced his hand to sign it.
Where's your evidence for that?
You want to read? Read.
Okay, we can all read.
Hold
on, one second. Where is your evidence?
If he was forced by England,
where's your evidence for that?
Go search.
No, don't tell me go and search.
Search and see if I'm wrong.
Listen, Maria, listen, you're not in the playground. We're not in a playground. I'm not a child, yeah? If you're going to make a claim, produce your evidence. Don't tell me this throwaway answer about go and read.
To go back and
produce your evidence. If that is true,
let me
apparently you're the only educated person here. Educate us then.
No, I'm
go
not
and bring it up. Provide
Maria,
your source.
Maria, if you're
Madam, you're the only one that's correct here, and you're the only
we
one
have
with
a
the
bit
correct
of
version of
logic
history.
and
Then
logic
tell
and
us,
reason here.
where did you read that? Where is that they forced him to?
Why do you think that? Why do you think they are called? Why do you think? Why?
Can I answer?
Yes, go ahead.
1 minute.
Shaheen,
George.
I heard too many times.
Allah.
Anyway, I have difficulties listening to you because you are talking a little fast for me because I haven't spoken English for many years. Anyway, there is a document. Though I don't want to talk about the past, I will say this and I will leave because I think sometimes these lives become interrogation lives. There are Mihaderim made proposals that to solve the Cyprus problem according to Turkey's will, the population will be gathered together. 1 point. Second, on September 1963, documents were found at the house of the Minister of Agriculture, a Turkish Cypriot, I can't recall his name, that things will get escalated and will leave the government posts. September 1963. The blocking of the state also started from April 61 when the Turkish Cypriot members of parliament didn't vote and had no alternative for the taxes, and they left the new state without income. So you can take one of the three or the three answers together. Mihaderim, 55, I think. The Turkish Cypriot agriculture minister, September 63, that he was talking about the leaving, the abandon of the ROC, and 61 April when the Turkish member of parliament didn't vote and kept not voting the taxes laws. So they blocked the functioning of ROC.
That's the justification.
Before we move on, can Alex terjemane edebilin adamın söylediklerini? Darmayın bende.
He said it in English, bro.
I know, but I'm saying that I didn't understand what he said. Can you explain it to me?
What he just
so
said.
Basically, he's just the way. Well, this is what I understood from it. That he's inferring that the Turkish Cypriots deliberately wanted to cause a division in the government by refraining from voting on issues of tax. That's what I
Okay,
understood.
but so he like backing Maria's point then?
Basically, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so back to Maria's point that the English forced
My
Macarius
fact
to.
was even before that. He's
All right,
he's
Maria.
he's yeah.
This is
He's
false
Maria,
supporting my
flag.
point.
if you're logically speaking, if you're correct and Macarius was forced by the English, then why didn't the English then after that point enforce their will? If that was their will and they forced people to accept it,
They only
why didn't
cared
they?
about the
Why?
basis.
One
He only
minute,
cared about the
As I'm done
basis.
left dignity, man. I haven't finished thinking. I'm saying to you, logically speaking, if you're correct that England forced people to agree, then why didn't they maintain that agreement with their own power? What happened? Did they change their minds? Like what happened?
This is what they did. In everywhere they went.
No, this is what
Look at
you're saying
India.
they did.
Look at India and Pakistan. What happened in India and Pakistan?
Forget that. We're staying in
What
Cyprus.
happened there? Divide and rule.
Listen.
Wherever when they
Forget all
leave from a
that.
place, the English what they do. Listen to me.
No,
One moment.
no.
No, I want to
You're,
finish this. I want to finish this.
we're not
You
going
asked me
nowhere else.
something.
We're staying in
You
Cyprus. I
asked
hope
me
you know
something.
that.
I want to reply. You asked
Yeah,
me
you can
something. I want
reply,
to
but
reply.
I want to reply to what I said.
Brainwashing at his best. Jesus Christ.
You made a claim, Maria, that is, I'm saying to you, is illogical. You're saying that England forced Macarius to make an agreement. And I'm saying if that was true, we would be able to see some evidence of them enforcing that. But
Evidence.
it didn't happen. So that means
There's
that
no
your claim
evidence.
I
is just
didn't
There's not one
fictional.
understand of
It's like
Turkish.
shred of
Steven
It
evidence.
Spielberg
was.
wrote it. It's like it's fake. What do you mean?
I didn't understand, Cherry. I didn't understand. What you mean, evidence of Turkish forcing that?
No.
Maria λέει ότι
What did,
Someone explain to her in Greek, man.
Caucasian, I can answer to you.
Please, George.
Caucasian.
I appreciate it.
Anyway, I will say no more. I will say this and I will leave because I think we are just shooting our Cypriot feet whenever we are talking about the past. Really. And Cypriot legs, both, we are hurting each other. We have to go to the future, to the present, to the future. Anyway.
But George, there's no future unless you rectify the past. I'm so sorry.
rectify?
I said again, we have to apologize.
You're a million miles away from the
Yes.
solution.
You have to
Rectify.
see the
Do I need to say it again?
cultural base.
Or you want to spell it this time?
Sorry?
I said rectify,
You
yes.
don't let me speak, really. You're like six of
What do
you.
you mean? I let
It's
you.
like
I wasn't
six
even
of
talking.
you, and I try to talk, and you talk over me.
Me?
You're six of you.
I think you got me. I think you got me confused with somebody else.
I don't
No, you're
vote,
six
so
of
don't
you.
bring me in.
Okay.
And I'm
Go ahead.
one.
And I cut George off. Sorry, George. Go ahead.
The only person speaking at the moment is you and George and Shahin. Your point?
Do you want to talk?
It was you
Maria
speaking
Muela.
over me. And before
No,
that, it was the other one speaking over me. Afu, you don't let me. Afu, I started saying something about the English and you don't let me finish. Why? You love English so much, really?
Yeah, I love English. And what? So what?
Bravo too, bravo. This is from where it all started from. This is the whole problem.
Maria, that was called sarcasm.
No, I don't care what you call it. And I also want to ask you something. Are you all Turkish Cypriot up here? Are you all Turkish Cypriot or Turkish? I want to know.
It doesn't make no difference. It doesn't make any difference.
Oh, it makes a difference, yeah.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. We're Turk.
Everyone is Turkish Cypriot, Maria. Everyone above you is Turkish.
Listen to me. If instead of George came up a Greek guy, right, from Greece, that would be a problem, no?
Why?
Why? What do you mean, why?
It's not a problem for me. Why should it be a problem?
Because we're talking between us now, right? Turkish Cypriot and Greek
I've
Cypriot.
just brought Mario up.
So Kara, his parents
you're
came
not
over.
Turkish Cypriot, right?
Kara's parents
There
came
you go.
over.
Mario,
in 74,
George is Greek Cypriot.
and 74 or 75. Okay, Kara's parents came, and Kara was born in Cyprus. Okay, so now what? He doesn't have an opinion.
No, I don't have anything to say. Really, I don't have anything to say.
Okay, then we'll talk to someone else. Go ahead, George.
Μαρία μου, ηρέμησε. Κάθε βράδυ γίνεται το ίδιο. Ηρέμησε.
Anyway.
Anyway.
They don't let me back up my points. They just
Maria, you can. Go on, everyone's going to be quiet. We'll listen to you.
Everybody mute their mic.
Okay, it's muted, Maria. And please, guys, let's keep it respectful to the lady. Not just no.
But please, I'm not a lady. I'm a person.
Of course, but
No. This is demeaning. You don't understand.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
Maria,
right. I don't want to be
can you
demeaning.
explain
So
what
you go
wanted to
ahead.
explain?
Everyone is muted. You go ahead. We're listening to you.
This is
You walk
demeaning.
right into that
And
one.
this is the kind of things I do not like. Really.
I'm a bit shocked at the panel tonight. Like, what's going on?
What are you shocked with, Mario?
Because it's like
everywhere I go, I cause a commotion, Mario. It's not just here. Don't worry about it.
You've all got this passion about Cyprus to read up on everything and to read the things that
I'm not
happened in
even
Cyprus.
talking about Cyprus. I'm not even talking about
Maria,
Turkish or Cypriot. Right, so if you have a passion to read up on Cyprus and know the different sources, different history or whatever, you will simply find that the Turkish Cypriots are to blame, the Greek Cypriots are to blame, Turkey is to blame, Greece is to blame, Britain is to blame. No one is a hero in this story. Now, we can learn from it, yes we can. There is no rectifying it because no one was in the right. Stop trying to rectify something that is unrectifiable and come up with a new ideology.
Mario, that's your opinion.
Forward. No, it's not my opinion.
It is your opinion.
So what do you want to rectify, bruv? What do you want to rectify?
That's why we're arguing, because this is not their opinion. It's not my opinion either, you know?
Anyway, I don't want to talk because hold on. Maria wanted to. One second. Maria wanted to talk, so everybody muted, innit? So I don't want to get accused of not letting us talk. So I'm gonna shut my mouth again, and then she can say whatever she wants to say.
Are you gonna listen, or just you're gonna wait until I'm finished and start?
Just say it, Maria. Just say it. Everybody's listening. Carry on.
Okay.
How many times are you gonna
There were maps drawn before 1960, before 1959, before I don't know when those maps were drawn, that were showing that an attack, an invasion would happen in Cyprus. And those maps are on the internet. You can look up, you can find them. Is it something that Turkish or Cypriots did, Turkish Cypriots or Greek Cypriots did? It was not. It was a plan, a major plan from USA and the English. And what I said before about Pakistan and India, this colonialism with, I'm so upset now, I don't find my English. This divide and rule principle that is applied on every country that English has left, and they want to maintain the bases here, and they want to have control of the island. This is how they control. They keep us fighting in order for their big plans to take action.
Can I just say something then? Or you want to carry on?
I'm finished. I'm upset.
I know you're upset, but as far as I'm aware, like 1960, the British got what they wanted. They might have forced Makarios to sign the deal. I don't know whether that's true or not, but he signed the deal, and you have to make do with what you've got. And I agree. Some people do say that the constitution was set up to fail. Okay, fine. But it doesn't excuse the actions of what happened after the constitution. Even after the Turkish Cypriots left the government, by force or by will, it still doesn't excuse the fact that for 10 years, the ROC government at the time, Makarios, he didn't do anything to reconcile with the Turkish Cypriots. He turned a blind eye to it. Turkish Cypriots were living in enclaves, going missing. There was a push for enosis with Greece through Grivas. All of this happened to the build-up of 1974. This is what I was alluding to. This is nothing, you never mentioned any of this. This is why I got annoyed.
I was coming there, Alex. If you're finished, can I add something?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay. You know what was happening between 1963 and 1974 in Cyprus? Apart from the Turkish Cypriot part. apart from the part that affected the Turkish Cypriots. You know what was happening with the rest of the Greek Cypriots? You know what was happening?
Yeah, a lot of Greek Cypriots were being unalived by the same group.
What you know that a brother was killing another brother?
Yes, I know. That's what I just said.
You know that it was a volatile time, that people of the same families were killing each other. Greek Cypriots were killing each other.
I understand, and I know this, and I also
that there were homicides taking place of political people.
Yes, I agree.
You know that, so you accept the fact that it was a volatile situation. It was an what is it called? An unstable situation that was affecting not only the Turkish Cypriots at that point, Alex. It was affecting the whole of the island. It was they were keeping guns under the archbishopry. Keeping guns under the Socialist Party was fighting the other party, and this party was fighting the other party. They were killing each other. You think it was only the Turkish Cypriots?
So you're saying that there wasn't an effort to target Turkish Cypriots by racists and nationalists. You're saying that two sides, let's say the left and the right, will go to war, and
yes.
Turkish Cypriots being the minority took the worst of the brunt of it because they were a minority to start with. So obviously they got hit the hardest. Is that what you're saying? You're saying it was inevitable that the smaller groups will incur more of the damage because they're small to start with. Is that what you're saying?
1963, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, there were aeroplanes coming to Cyprus and bombarding the Kochines.
Yeah, that was always Turkish.
Did this happen?
Yeah, because
it happened, right?
Kochines was surrounded by
the Turkish Cypriots were afraid for their lives.
Well, it was surrounded there by it was surrounded by the National Guard and Grivas at the time because they saw Kochines as a threat, of a way of bringing arms into the country.
You're talking about Erenköy?
Yeah.
So you see, there is an issue here. It was one of the worst possible times. It was the beginning. Listen, it was the beginning of a new state, and everything was unstable. People were killing each other.
The guy. Sorry to interrupt. The guy who was in charge at the time, Archbishop Makarios, was playing both sides, though. You know, the people that you're saying that did all of this, and there was civil war. He was right in the middle of it. He was pushing an agenda with Grivas, and he was supposed to be the leader of the other side to bring calm and peace.
Yes, he was.
So he was the problem then.
We are saying this. We as Greek Cypriots were saying this.
Not all.
He was the problem. We say that.
Not all. I mean, there's a hospital named after him. There's roads named after him.
Really nowadays.
Didn't they just have a march like 2 days ago in his honor?
Just please check now. Ask people now if they think that Archbishop Makarios was the problem.
Maria, I find it shocking. I find it shocking that you don't accept the fact that whether it was a war or whether there was civil unrest, they used it as an opportunity to target Turkish Cypriots based on their ethnicity to reduce their numbers. Like, I don't see why you can't accept that.
And another
there was some sort of a racial element.
You know why I have an issue to. I have a problem to accept this. You know why? Because there are other minorities in Cyprus as well.
Yeah, Maronites. Yeah.
The Maronites, the Armenians, the Latins, but I don't know why they didn't create all this situation with them. Maybe they keep a low profile. Maybe they did it because the Turkish Cypriots, some of them, they were very rich.
Could it be possible?
Very rich, and
I don't understand why you can't draw a distinction between Muslims and non-Muslims.
They had a lot of land, and they were very rich families. You know,
it don't make sense what you're saying. Why are you trying to divide people based on their wealth? Why don't you just look at Maronites are Christians, Armenians are Christians, everybody's Christian and the
Apart
Turkish
from the
Cypriots
Turks.
are not.
No, I don't.
Like, how can you not divide
No,
people based on
No, it didn't.
a
It
clear
doesn't
division?
apply. It doesn't apply to Cyprus.
Of course not. Of course
That's just nonsensical.
It does. It does not apply to Cyprus, and it didn't apply back then in Cyprus because
Mad.
they didn't have this kind of problems. Right?
Maria, what are you saying?
Let her finish,
I'm
mate.
saying that they did not have a
Bro,
problem.
like, I'm
That this
listening
was
to a monologue
a
now, bro. Is this
Muslim
a
and this
conversation or a
is
monologue?
a Christian.
My dear, I think you're rewriting history and
No,
making
I'm not
yourself to look
rewriting
like you're
history.
some
I'm telling you
egalitarian
the right version of history.
society of
It's
like
not the right
enlightened
version. No, I got my
people.
backup.
Like, bro, you lot
Okay,
was
I don't-
G-siding. You was G-siding people for their religion, bro. What are you talking about?
Can I just say
You lot was
something,
doing that.
Maria, please?
Carla, one sec.
Seriously.
Actually, do you know what? Do your thing. I'll come in after you.
Yeah, Maria, I just wanted to just make a point. I mean, I've listened to everything you said, right? Let's say that everything you said is true, right? So, you know, you said there was arms being brought in, and then there was brothers killing brothers. There were, you know, unaliving people, neighbors, etc. Unrest in the island, right? So
Yes.
these were caused by Makarios, like you've just admitted it yourself, right? He was the
Yes.
problem on the island, right?
It was two sides. It wasn't just Makarios. There was another side because
Okay, yeah,
Makarios was
the
not
Greece,
fighting himself.
yeah, Greece drew us as well. So,
No.
so who's
What's the other side? Just for educational purposes?
Yeah, who's the other side?
Rivas.
Yeah, so right, so the people that you're on about, so you got 2 Christians, 1 Orthodox, and a Muslim community. So out of this history, it's the Muslim community got targeted, right? So you accept that the problem appears up to that point, but then you change your version when we say
No.
it was the Muslims that were getting targeted then, so the Turkish Cypriot.
No. I never said I didn't even say Muslims.
She said
until
everyone got
someone
targeted.
mentioned it. Someone mentioned it, and I said it. Listen,
She didn't say that.
I didn't say that. I didn't.
No,
there
I
was
agree.
no
I agree,
discrimination.
Marie. You didn't say that. She
There was
didn't
no
say that.
discrimination between Cypriot Muslims and Cypriot Orthodox. They were living together in the same villages. They had no
Yes, I
problem. They were
agree.
brothers.
Yes, I
mean,
agree.
no problem. They had no problem as far as religion. Everybody was respecting the other's religion. There was no problem as far as this was concerned. Never.
That's false.
But they managed to elect an archbishop as their leader. That's funny.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're making out like religion has nothing to do with it, but like
The leader of
your people
the
were
country was
so
the archbishop.
religious, they voted for an archbishop. That's
They
crazy.
voted. There was a vote. There was a vote.
You know what this is, Maria? I
They
don't know. Like,
voted. There was a
don't
vote.
take this bad.
They
Yeah?
had elections. They had
Yeah,
elections.
yeah. This is the definition, Maria. This is the definition of cognitive
59,
dissonance.
wasn't
You're
it?
not listening to anything really.
The vote was in 59, and I think we spoke about this the other day. I think the opposition at the time was who is the president that took over as acting president? in
The
74?
vice president was Turkish Cypriot, right? The vice president was not Turkish Cypriot.
Yeah, Dr. Fazıl Küçük.
Who was it? I don't remember who was it.
How could you not? Anyway, Lisa. Yes.
I don't know why people try to rewrite history from this point of view where there was some egalitarian, enlightened race of people that ain't capable of racism or G-siding.
This is just her opinion. That's all.
No,
It's
but
not
you
real
gotta
life.
understand, bro. Like where they live.
Because when we
No, where they live. The
when we
history
said,
is
"Oh,
written
one of
for
you
them.
got educated or
Brainwashing.
something," did you not hear the response? That's what got my backup. Me basically saying, "Me be educated," meaning that we have nothing to offer in this conversation. That we cannot teach her nothing about this issue. I find that attitude to be absolutely disgraceful.
No. I'm just offering my perspective. No, listen, Sahin. Yeah, sure,
Okay,
definitely.
thank you. So the reason why I got my backup, is because let's say, for example, I was to bring my grandmother here, which is probably about the same age as you, and what she went through, she would have the complete opposite opinion of you. Does that mean that she's the one that's uneducated and she also lived it? And I've told you many people on these lives, I will never, ever, ever disclose what happened to my family in Cyprus because it's something that is I would never do it. It's just I know what will happen after I have that conversation anyway. So I just instead of getting upset about it,
brother,
one second. So if I was to bring my grandmother on this live, which will never happen, by the way, and she was to have the opposite opinion, what you're trying to say is that she's the one that's uneducated on the issue, and you are, even though that she lived through it as well. That's what got my back up about you, because you're
Shahin, let me say something quickly, bro, to you, Shahin. Never in history, sorry, Maria, to cut you. Never in history do we have a situation where one group of people attacks another group of people, and the people who are attacked say, this is the reason why we're attacked, and they turn around and say, no, that's not the reason why we attacked you. It's a completely different reason. Like, no, the victims get to decide why they were attacked. You don't get to decide it. No, it wasn't because you was Muslim, by the way. It just happened to be that you was there and you just got attacked. No, but we're telling you, we was a Muslim minority and we got attacked.
Yeah, but it wasn't
I don't understand how you get to dictate.
Because they were Muslim, though. You need to stop saying that. It wasn't. The religion, she's right, at the time, it wasn't because they were Christian, the Turkish Cypriots were Muslim.
You can't say that definitively.
That's just your opinion, though.
The 500 years that we both lived on the island mixed.
You can't claim that. Nobody here can claim, and I was even as who thinks the opposite is true. I think religion did have something to play with it, and I can deduce that. I can deduce that by making a few points and explain why I come to that conclusion. But I can't definitively say that is exactly the reason. Neither can you definitively say that it didn't happen because of that.
Okay, I'll tell you why. According to Maria, and if you read about it, she's right. It was a civil war. Cyprus between the 1960s up to 15th or 14th of July, when the coup happened, was a civil war. Greek Cypriots were being unalived by that same group. It wasn't specifically targeted at Turkish Cypriots. That's what we have to remember.
That doesn't mean that Turkish Cypriots weren't targeted for being Turkish or for being Muslim, Alex.
No, they were targeted because they were seen as problematic to the independence. They were hindering that group that wanted enosis. And that group that wanted enosis...
That's bullshit.
With a bad leader like Makarios was a recipe for disaster.
We've already got...
Which in the end... Can I finish my point? Which in the end caused the Greek Cypriots... Which caused the Greek Cypriots to be unalived themselves, and then in turn triggered Turkey to come as a guarantor power, etc., etc. There is some truth to it. You have to be fair. You have to read and look into it. What she's saying is...
I'm so sorry. Telling me to read on this subject is so fucking insulting. It's unbelievable. Yeah?
But bro, it's true.
It's just because you say it's true, it doesn't make it so.
It's factual.
At the end of the day, when we have quotes coming from their leaders explaining what they had planned for us, what they thought about us, why they wanted to get rid of us, and then you fucking turn around and say, and then you turn around and say, I'm not talking about each Greek Cypriot, am I? How the fuck am I going to take a consensus of everybody that was living between 1963 and 74 and say, oh, by the way, did you want to get rid of us? No, I can't do that. Yeah? All I can do is look at what the leadership said and the people that were representing them and the actions that they made.
There you're correct. Because the problem is there was civil war within the country. You had Ilka on one side with Grivas, and then you had Makarios, who's supposed to be the opposition, but he's in bed with the same.
Yeah, I know, but
I get
Alex,
what you're saying.
What I'm saying is like this idea that they didn't want to get rid of us because of our identity or our ethnicity is a fairy tale. Because we've got the quotes, we've got the evidence as to what they were saying about us.
Really?
I have said this before, by the way, and I'm going to be quiet after I make this point. Yeah, I don't give a shit about individual opinions on the matter, right? Because when I have it from the horse's mouth, as they say, your opinion on the matter doesn't even count.
Mm-hmm.
So if for example, I represent an organization and I'm the head of this organization and I say X, Y, Z. 50 years later, you have a bunch of people that come and say, no, he didn't mean that. That's not what he said. This was his intention. What are you talking about?
Shahin,
the guy already said with his own mouth.
That's why in Cyprus you have a lot of people that either like Makarios or they don't. because he single-handedly
I know that, Alex. I'm not
damaged.
stupid. I know there's a lot of them that don't like him. I'm not
He
arguing
damaged a
against
lot
that.
of people in the south, and the victims of the ROC, the Greek Cypriots, are the ones that were made to become refugees. But their anger shouldn't be forced at Turkish Cypriots and Turkey. It should be forced at the situation that brought it about.
Oh, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
That's, do you agree with that, Maria? Like, you have to accept at the end of the day, it was just as much as the administration prior to 74 has to take responsibility for why you became a refugee. You can't land that all onto Turkey. Turkey came, yes, as a guarantor power, and I'm very vocal on this, and a lot of people...
excuse me, Alex, excuse me. He was invited by Magarios.
Yeah.
He was invited. He went to the United Nations Assembly and he invited the guarantor powers to come and protect the island. And Turkey came.
Apparently, he went to Turkey as well, Maria.
Listen, and what did this guarantor power do when they arrived on the island?
Yeah.
What did they do?
You tell
Maria,
us.
look,
Tell us,
I know what
What
you're
was-
going to say. I know what you're going to say, and
I will not say it. Alex, I will not say it.
I will say it for you.
I'm just going to
I
leave
will
it
tell
at
you
that.
what they done, Maria.
I'll
They
say it
liberated
for
the
you
Turkish Cypriots.
I will say
That's
it
what
for
they
you
did.
because I've said it many times. I haven't shied away from it, and I've upset Turkish Cypriots by saying it. I sort of agree with you here, and I don't care what my fellow Turkish Cypriots say because they have to understand that
Well, we're not
no
your
matter
fellows
how
then, are we?
bad it got in the 60s in the enclaves, and I know that's horrible, and it's a bitter pill to swallow, but as a guarantor power, it doesn't give you the right to come and not restore the status quo. What they should have done was come, ask for a government to be elected, oust Makarios, put the proof in place and say this guy was double dipping with Ioka. He's not only cost Turkish Cypriot lives, he's cost Greek Cypriot lives. We're here to restore the status quo on the island. We want to restore no one else to be killed on either side.
Alex,
we want a new
Alex, I hear
That's what
you,
they
Alex.
should
How
have
long?
done.
How long was the
Yeah, I hear
Turkish
that,
army
Alex,
going
as
to
well.
wait
That's a
for
good
that solution
point.
to
That's
happen?
what they should have done. Had they
How long
done
was they
that,
going to wait? Once they landed in Guinea, how long was they going to wait for that? I mean, you've got to see it from the Turkish point of view. What about the 1,500 people that were held up in Famagusta Castle getting bombed?
I know,
every
but
5 What do
Jan,
you want the Turkish army to
but
do?
Jan,
Sit there and wait till the Greeks scratch their ass and decide what they were going to do about it?
Can I just come back to you with that one then? You're right.
Go on.
That did happen. But had they'd come in and not pushed with aggression and come in as an actual peace force, the revenge attacks that started happening in August when the second phase was triggered, because if you look at the dates of the massacres that happened, they were in retaliation for phase 2.
Alex, can I?
Alex, they were encircled at that time. The Turkish
But
army
there was
were
no
in a very vulnerable
but you
position.
got to remember the country was in civil war still. So if Turkey would have come in and restored everything and took control of the whole island, so no one else was being unalived, the coup was ended.
Look, when they landed in Guinea, how long were they there? They were sitting there for 3 days. How long?
There was
do you want a force to sit there and wait?
there were still soldiers under the National Guard of Grivas, under his control, that was attacking the Turks. Yes, that's true. But they could have overpowered them, made sure there was no more shootings on the island anywhere.
How was we going to get to Famagusta and save the Turkish Cypriots there? How was we going to do it? By relying on the Greeks' word, by relying on them, saying, "Oh, we're not going to touch it." They were massacring them at that point. What do you want the Turkish army to do then?
But like I said to you, if you look at the dates, the massacres started when they pushed further out. That's what the evidence says. So had they stayed still, yes, I agree with you, they would have been in a very vulnerable position. Of course they were going to be liable to attack because there's still fanatics running around the island, unalive in both Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots at that point. But if you don't antagonize it and you stay there, it could have been a different outcome, if you see what I'm saying to you.
And then what? You just wait for them to mobilize and then come back at you.
I just think that from 20th of July to the 14th of August was
the
too
harsh
soon.
reality was, Alex, they were buying
The
time.
reality is none of you are an expert in military warfare, or you've never been part of a war. You don't understand anything about tactics. Why don't you go talk to a military general or someone who understands military
100%.
tactics?
So
Yeah,
you want
and
to
then
tell me?
excuse me, one second, and then talk to them and say, okay, in this situation, what was the correct move for the Turks to just sit there or to expand on their position? But anyway, somebody asked for the quote about what I was rambling on about earlier. Is that all right if I bring it up?
Yeah.
Can I back you up on this one, please? And this is going to Maria as well. Maria, I only come in because what you was saying, you was talking about Gochina. And I feel that you're from the area. I'm actually from Gochina. And you was complaining about why Turkey came.
Oh, come downstairs. There was no one here.
Jan, you're not muted.
Mute up, man. Mute up.
Yeah, I muted Jan. Go on, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Actually, I was only 10 years old when Turkey came, 1974, and bombed. I was only 10 years old, crying in the cave, thinking, waiting when I'm going to die. And I was cuddling my grandmother and saying, Grandma, I think we are going to die. And please take a note, I born and I grew up in Cyprus. So if Turkey didn't come and drop that bomb, I would be dead by now. And you're accusing Turkey that Turkey came to Cyprus and they made a mess. Turkey didn't make a mess. Turkey made a peace and no lives has been lost since Turkey here. But unfortunately, I don't know when you come on, before you, we had Israelis coming here on this panel trying to destroy our conversation and make us feel that we're both Greek and Turkish Cypriots are bad.
That's what my Anana used to say. She used to tell me stories about how when she used to hear the Turkish planes flying over, they used to celebrate with joy because they felt like they were coming to be saved. You know, they thought that they were.
Can I then just say, how do you think the Greek Cypriots felt? The ones that were against Ioka? I'd say they were.
I'm sorry, as fucked up as this is going to sound at that point.
No, I want to reply to Swat, please.
As bad as it's going to sound, at that point, that's not our problem.
But it should be.
No, why the fuck? Why would it be our problem? Why is it the fault of my great grandmother and my grandmother?
Turkey is a guarantor power.
It doesn't matter. Are you mad? Why is it the fault of the Turkish Cypriots
everyone on the island?
What were you talking about?
So what happened?
Hold on, 1 second. Why is it the fault of Turkish Cypriots that they're coming to be saved? What? I don't understand what you're trying to say.
Who?
I'm not understanding what you're trying to say.
Guys, just before we move on,
Alex is saying
Maria,
that it should be our problem. Why the fuck should it be our problem?
Let's let Maria respond to Sua, and then we'll get back to that one.
I mean, Swat, you were in a cave in 1974.
Sorry?
You were in a cave.
Maria, sorry, I didn't born in a cave.
No, listen, I didn't say you were born in a cave. No. I said in 1974, when the planes were coming, you were in a cave, right?
Yes.
Where do you think Swat I was? Where do you think I was?
That's my point.
And that's him, Mariam. You should be in the cave as well, but is that okay to blame Turkey to come and save me? And all I'm saying is...
Save you. So they saved you, really, Swat. They saved you, all of you, they saved you.
Wow.
They saved you, really.
Wow.
This is,
are you happy with what you have now?
Yeah, of course. What do you mean? We're alive, innit?
No, I want to ask each
Maria,
and every one of you. Are you happy?
Can I just say something?
Maria,
you're
happy. Why do you demonstrate?
Maria, you're
Who's
being
demonstrating? We don't demonstrate.
You're being
Who's
You were
telling you we
demonstrating
demonstrate?
a couple of months ago. You were demonstrating. Why you were
Demonstrating about what?
I don't know about what you're demonstrating. You were not happy about the salary.
You're being
tell
a bit.
me.
You're being a bit,
Just
Maria.
answer.
Why you were demonstrating?
Demonstrating
Maria,
about
I will
what?
tell you. I will
Yes,
tell you why
correct.
he was
I agree with the
demonstrating.
comments. She's wrong there, but
Because
she should have
the
worded it better.
South Cyprus, the youngsters belongs to EOKA.
Duat, can I just jump in 1 second? Can I just jump in 1 second to say something to Maria? Maria, I think you're wrong there. Turkey did come in and they did
That's what I
save
was
the.
going
They
to
did
say.
say they did save the Turkish Cypriots because look,
They saved
you,
the
no, they,
Turkish
they they did because you already admitted that there was civil war. Turkish Cypriots were under threat, and so were Greek Cypriots by this same
So
organisation.
what you were
The
saying
disappointing. Hold on a
about
minute,
the
Maria.
guarantor
Hold
before
on
it
a
doesn't
minute.
apply.
Hold on. It does. Hold on a minute.
Ah,
The
okay.
disappointing thing that Turkey did at the time is they didn't come and save everyone. They just cut the island off and said, fuck these lot, it's their problem, they caused it, we're here for what we're here for, and that's it. That's where Turkey went wrong, in my opinion.
Why is that
You
wrong?
can't
Let me
say
ask you
that
an
they
opinion.
didn't save
Wait.
That
Can I
wasn't the
finish,
role of the
man?
guy. That wasn't
Wait.
the role of the
I
guarantor.
want to wait. I want to ask
That
Alex
wasn't
something
the
serious
role of a
because he's making a
guarantor.
really good case for the other side. Alex, I want to ask you something. When Turkey came in and they put all the Greeks on one side and all the Turks on the other side, did the Greeks carry on killing each other? No, they didn't. Did they? You're saying
No,
that the Turkish Cypriots died as a result of Greeks fighting each other. But when we put all the Greeks on one side and there were no Turks to kill, guess what happens?
Because the
They start
coup
fighting,
ended.
innit? They start
Do you know that
fighting.
the guy who was causing all these problems
Shaheen,
died?
are you listening to
you
me?
don't know history. You see, you don't know history. He died.
I think I understand. I think I understand what Alex is saying. I think what he's saying is, as a guarantor, they should have been there for everyone.
Thank you.
Is that what he's saying?
Yes.
I
agree, Alex. Alex, listen, let me speak. I agree.
But
yeah,
isn't that
as a
what? Hold
guarantor,
on,
they
you
should have been
agree?
everyone.
Hold on 1 second.
What
Abi.
about Greece? Let's talk
John, Abi,
about
1 sec,
Greece.
please. That's what Bülent
No.
Ecevit said, though.
Yes.
Yeah, but unfortunately, Shane, he
what
didn't
was Greece's
do it.
role in her guarantor of the island?
They invaded.
How did she act?
They
No,
invaded.
answer it. How did Greece act in her role of the guarantor of
Well,
the island?
they couldn't. They were in turmoil. They were the invader.
By sending grievous to the island with IOCA A and B. Is that what Greece's role was on the island?
Well, yeah, it was the coup. They don't deny
It's
that.
a coup, yeah.
The coup that the Greece triggered. That
And
triggered
had that,
74.
and Alex, and had that been successful, do you think that there would be a Turkish Cypriot left on that island?
No, and I agree with Turkey coming. I've not once said.
Turkey had every right.
No,
to do
we're not.
what she did.
He's not disputing that. I think everyone's getting their lines.
I'm not once said that I didn't want Turkey to come. Turkey coming was needed.
He's arguing from a legal standpoint. As a
Yeah, on a
guarantor
factual
power,
level, Alex
they
is
should
right.
have been there for everybody.
Yes.
But their main concern was for the Turkish Cypriots. That's where he feels that they're wrong. That's what I understood anyway.
And I feel that if Turkey
So
would
you're
have done,
trying to.
Maria, can I just finish this point? I'll let you in. I do apologise. And had Turkey had done that, we could be looking at a different situation. They could be seen as the saviour.
But do you know where you can push back on that, Alex? Because it took them 9 years of negotiation. What was the pushback for 9 years, right? That you couldn't come to an agreement before he announced the TRNC.
Yeah, well, there you're right. You're 100% right. I got no arguments there. Anything that happened after 74, the build up to how taking half the island, I don't agree with the guarantor power side of it. But anything after, while everything calmed down, yeah, you're right there. There was ample opportunity.
Alex, the simple truth is, had Turkey not come in 1974, no Turkish Cypriots would be left on that island.
Well,
that
Tamsin all but admitted that himself.
Jan, no one's disputing that, though. I'm not even disputing that. I'm saying it was correct for Turkey to come. All I'm saying is that if Turkey would have come and acted legally the way it should have done under its guarantor treaty, they would have been seen as the saviours. They could have asked for a government to be either the government to be restored, put all the evidence forward to say, right, we can't have Makarios because he was colluding with Grivas. He cost Turkish Cypriot lives.
Point, the Turkish and Greek Cypriots
lives.
The Turkish and Greek Cypriots could not live together at that point. At that point, the island was always going to be divided.
No, but wait a minute.
Yeah, but then they could
at
have
that
been.
point,
Hold on a minute. Then
it
they
was
could have
over
been.
anyway.
Yeah, but they can have asked for a government to be restored. They could have asked
A
for
government
a
to
new
be
elect.
restored.
Can I just finish my point?
You
Can I
seem
just
to
finish
I
my
want to
point?
hear. I want to hear Alex's logic. Go
you
on.
speak a lot. Really,
No, but
I try to.
he's got a good logic though. He's speaking. Like, why should we stop him?
He does.
He's
That's
not
why I shut
contradicting
up.
himself.
So he could have asked for a government to be restored, which was out of the question. He could have asked for them to ask for a new
Why was that out
government
of the
to
question, Alex?
because of his
my issue.
crimes.
Because
of Makarios's crimes, colluding with Grivas, which cost Turkish Cypriots their lives and Greek Cypriots.
You're talking about after 74?
Before 74.
Sorry. Okay.
So Turkey would have come in, asked for a new government to be restored, and the Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots would have sat down there, had an inquiry, and been like, right, what did Ioka do? It was terrible. And then Turkish Cypriots would have been like, oh, it wasn't all the Greek Cypriots. They were in civil war themselves. The whole country was in a shit show for 10 years. We just hid away in enclaves, but during the enclaves, we got attacked, but they equally were out there unaliving each other. So then we would have all been like, oh, fucking hell, what a mess. Makarios was a devil, restored a new government, and maybe things would have been all right. But
Right, so Alex, why did Turkey do what they did? Why did they choose that course of events? Do you think that there was some sort of, like, they wanted to punish the Greeks for what they did to the Turks?
My opinion on that is going to be
my
opinion on that is going to be that. Do you see
I
how
want
we're
to
saying?
hear Chadley.
You
I want
see
to
how-
hear Chadley. What do you think?
Would you see how we're saying Makarios was bad for the South? This is where my answer to your question comes here. Is I see Dentash equally as bad as him,
100%.
and he was detrimental in pushing for what you just said. So he would have been to blame for that.
Pushing for what?
Partition.
I love this whole narrative.
But he wasn't pushing for partition back then.
Dan,
he was pushing for a BBF.
There's proof from 55 onwards that guy, all he ever wanted was division of the island.
But no, Alex, that's not the truth, is it? His idea was a BBF solution.
In 77. In 77.
Yes.
How is that when Necmettin Erbakan published? There's a publication where Necmettin Erbakan was arguing for federation, and if you know anything about what happens with the TRNC or Turkish Cypriot, it's that it's always going to be with the backing of Turkey. So if Necmettin Erbakan, which by the way a lot of people don't know, was the one that pulled the trigger on Turkey coming over in the first place, say was arguing for federation in the late 60s, early 70s, right? Then how can you say that Raf Denktash would go against Necmettin Erbakan?
That's not really
that doesn't
a
make
good
any
argument.
sense.
But you know what? Your logic is sound, Alex. I'll give you that.
Anyway, I'm going to shut up now. I spoke too much. Go on, you lot.
No, you was
my head.
good. You was good. You was good.
Is somebody else want to? Does anybody else wants to speak, or shall I do?
No, you can go, George.
Yes.
Go on, George. Let's hear you, George. Go, mate.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me be as quick as I can. I will say my opinion, my truth, because there are many truths. There are many truths, and I realize this every day I am talking to these panels. My truth is that this new state in 1960 had no future, because Greek Cypriots saw it as a medium, as a step to enosis, Turkish Cypriots as a step to Taksim. To my knowledge, this state didn't function from 1961, and later the problem got bigger. I believe that until 74, Turkish Cypriots were second-class citizens, and I agree that this coup on 15th of July gave Turkey, as far as I am concerned, not the legality, but a great excuse to come. 5 years ago, I think about 5 years ago, there were given to public recorded talks at the Greece presidential palace, where it was revealed that there was some kind of agreement between Greek junta, Americans, and Turks to take a part of Cyprus. This is a document. I can send the YouTube video. And I would be the greatest admirer of Turkish Republic if Turks came here and said, this is not working, functioning well. We will stay for 1-2 years, for some months, I don't know, so as the 1960 constitution would be, could be functioning. On 73, the 13 proposals of Magarios were almost accepted by Indektash, especially the veto, not especially, except veto. The right of veto of the vice president was never given, correctly perhaps, by the Turkish Cypriot. So, digging in the past, we see it different. I find myself listening, especially when I was younger, I was listening something that didn't suit my ears, something that the Turkish Cypriots were victims, and I was deleting it from my mind in a few days. I was listening to something that was according to my story, to the Greek Cypriot story, and it was there concrete. Anyway, what I am saying is that talking about the past, we just hurt each other. We have to find a solution, especially for security. I want security for my children when I die. Security. In my opinion, I prefer a unified island. This is my dream, and that's why I'm a little upset today, because I thought the things would go better with Erhurman and Christodoulidis, and
But
I think
it's not Erhoman's fault today, though, George. Come on, I know you're disappointed, but I'm equally disappointed as well, if I'm honest with you.
I will not go to this again, Alex, because I said my opinion, and you know it's different.
Just because I said what I said earlier, that's based on 74.
Alex,
That's that equation. That I agreed with Maria, I disagreed with Shaheen and TCYP. Yeah, that was that era. But this era now, nothing from that past has anything to do with now. And unfortunately, the news that came out today upset me deeply, and I think it's wrong.
What happened? I didn't even know. I didn't even hear this shit.
I mean, I didn't hear any news today, so I don't know what happened.
I will not go to this again, but according
the ROC
to me,
is not listening to Erhoman at all. They're not taking his point seriously, and the fact that they're not taking his point seriously shows that there is a division. And it's
Alex,
just
division. It just shows the unwillingness to come to a solution. Forget about division.
You know this.
You will not give your strongest card before you play the game.
There is no game, man. 50 plus years is the fucking game. When is this game ever going to end? Someone's got a fucking
game.
Yeah,
the
but the negotiations is going on more than a fucking game of Gonga, for fuck's sake.
George, negotiations. How long do you want the Turkish Cypriots to wait? Another 50 years until the Greeks sort out what they want to do? We can't wait that long. So Erdogan just gave him a little bit of truth. He told him his standpoint. He said to him what he wants and what he expects. And if you can't accept it, well, what can we do?
And unfortunately, it comes down to power sharing, and that's the issue.
That's why I came up saying that I don't believe there is no solution. I believe there is no solution. Look at the Mikrasia area. Look at Constantinople. Look at anything else.
Don't forget Kashmir.
To Turkey now.
So do you agree with the big picture on the left?
It's also the name is also Greek.
It's never been Greek.
To the city in symbolic.
But it's That's fine, but it's Istanbul.
I mean,
It's Istanbul.
it doesn't matter how you call it, you know.
Yeah, Medina is not called Yathrib anymore, yeah? It's called Medina.
There is no
Just
solution.
like it's called Istanbul. Okay.
And we will remain
London
enemies
isn't called
forever.
Londinium either. Black gonna sting, man. Black
We talk now
Talat
on
wasn't
the,
good for
we
you.
talk now on this live.
Akanji wasn't good for you.
Black gonna
wasn't
sting, man.
good for you.
It's gonna make a good clip.
Erhoman is
Now
not good
on
for
this
you.
live, we exchange opinions. You have your own, we have our own.
Okay.
But the thing is that there is
So
no
do you
solution.
agree with the
guys.
picture
Then let us.
There is
Then you
no
know what, Maria? Let
solution,
us
guys.
speak.
There is
Then
no
Maria,
solution.
Maria, you're
It's
right.
not up to us.
Maria,
It's
you're
not
right.
up to
Let
us.
us speak.
It's not up to
Let
us.
us form a two-state solution, and let's
it's
put an
very-
end to this.
Why-
What do you think
why-
the Turkish Cypriots are going to sit there,
why
wait
do
for another
you
53 years, and wait for you to
Why
decide what you
do
want to do? It's not going to happen. It's never going to happen.
Listen to me. You think that there is no two-state condition or situation here already?
There is a
What do you
functional
mean?
state. It's called the TRNC. We're fully aware of
as
that.
another state. It's
You're
another story.
contradicting yourself. You're
another
contradicting
story.
your opening gambit was that we're not
It's another
recognized.
state, and you took it. You took it. You know, you took
You're
it by
contradicting yourself, my
You
dear.
took it by
You can't have
force,
it both
and
ways.
it's yours now. And
You can't
it's
have it both
yours
ways,
now.
man. What kind of
See how
logic is this?
you see how they want it. They
This
want
ain't
they
logical.
don't want to decide on anything. They want us to
You
sit
can't
there
have
and
it
wait.
both
They
ways,
want
man.
they want embargoes put
came
upon us
in
for
with
another 50
guns,
years. They want to
with
strangle us. They
guns,
want to
and
do
you
all this. That's not going to
forcibly
happen,
took
Maria.
it. That's
Maria,
it.
it's 2026. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. One way
yours.
or
It's
another.
already yours.
One
I
way
don't know
or
what
another,
else
the
you want,
Turkish Cypriots will
seriously.
get recognition. Let me tell you that now, and it's gonna
Playing the
it's gonna
victim now.
happen very very
You want
soon.
recognition? I don't know when
Get
you
your
will get it.
violins out, man.
Yeah,
She's playing
well,
the
we will
victim
get it.
now.
We'll find a way. Don't worry. We're
I
strong
wish
people.
you get it. I hope
Well,
you
I
get
wish
it.
we do. You
know?
should champion. You should
I hope
champion
you
us
get
getting it.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I hope you get it. It's yours already. So,
Good.
bravo.
Two-state solution it is then, isn't it?
Definitely, bro.
But what's their problem with two-state solution? What do they want? I don't understand. Name your price, innit? What do you want? We'll give it to you.
No, the problem is not the two-state solution. It's the recognition. This is the problem. This is what's bugging you. This is the situation
You don't
here.
think that?
So you think you're going to hold that? You're going to
deserve
withhold that,
recognition?
yeah?
You don't think we deserve recognition, Maria?
This is
As
the
a people,
problem.
you don't.
You think she's withholding from us?
You will
She's
eventually
withholding.
get
wish
this
to
as
have our
well.
human rights.
You will eventually get this as well, but it will be a
Thank
little
you.
bit more time. Wait.
We're going to wait for people for you, like you to be.
Listen to this, yo.
From.
Man, Allah.
It's her listen, it's her generation, isn't it? It's her generation of people that think like her. When they're gone, in a couple of years' time, we might actually get peace.
Listen, I don't know how old your grandmother is, but I'm not that old.
You were saying you're the same age as Stuart.
definitely-
You said you're the same
Yeah.
age as Stuart, didn't it?
Because we was in the caves at the same time.
What?
We was in the
Yeah, I lived
caves.
in 1974, yeah.
And that's it. So am I. And you said you wanted to talk to me, but we can't be disrespectful. We have to let the panels to talk. This is what you said, Mariam. I said to you,
No, I
Turkey
think I
came-
spoke the less from all the panel here today.
What?
No, I think we let
Machine
you
Gun
talk.
Mary, I'm going to
I
call
did,
you.
I did. You want to
Machine Gun
calculate?
Mary.
You want to calculate it? Calculate it.
No. There is no calculation.
So,
I'm just
guys,
repeating. Mariamo, I'm just repeating what you said. You said we are both was in caves, you and me, and that's it. That's what you said.
That's what I
And
said.
then
yeah.
you said, sorry.
But we were both forced in caves because of the Turkish planes flying over us.
Oh, so you weren't hiding from
I
Grivason then,
would
no?
be dead. I would be dead, Maria, if the Turkish plane didn't
You
come.
think
I
you would be dead?
That is
You
so.
think you
That
would
is so. That is such a
I
low
wouldn't be
blow.
dead
But you
because
know what?
I
You
know
know
That
what?
is such a low
About
blow.
the
No.
mistakes of my about the mistakes that
No, I'm not listening to nothing
my
after what you
father's
said.
generation
I'm so sorry. I don't care.
generation
I don't
did.
care.
always do.
I'm not liable, you
I
know.
don't care. What you just said, what you just said is
The issue
disgusting.
here is the recognition
Let her
of
hang
said
herself,
is
Shaheen. They always do
This is
eventually anyway. They can't
Anyway,
say finish it.
Well done, John.
It will take
To
some
be
Take the
honest,
rope
and put it
Maria,
round.
you have been a
we
little
let
bit.
her,
You
we
have
let
been
her
a
take
bit
this.
contradictory here, to be fair.
Yeah, we let her take the steering
did
wheel
you
and
hear
she took
that?
us down at
Wait,
the end, and now she's trying to reverse that bit.
We went through the whole history of why it was
Bro,
divided.
she just said to fucking swat Abi, yeah, you think you would have been there. What kind of
I don't
fucking
know,
thing is that
bro.
to
I
say?
don't know.
Yeah. I'm
It's shocking,
sitting
isn't
in
it?
the cave, Maria. I'm
It's
sitting
shocking.
in the cave,
She's not here
cuddling
anymore.
my grandmother,
Yeah,
saying that we're going to die, and you're
yeah.
telling me what I
She's,
live and went through. You think you would have died. So what kind of
Don't
response
worry,
is
swat
that?
Abi, Bushfed, because apparently whatever you went through is all imaginary.
Yeah, it was in my dreams.
I
That's
think
true.
so.
Listen,
Yeah,
Suad, it's the brainwashing that we hear all the time. So used to
I
it.
know,
By now.
John.
Try and
The
balance out the
question
panel and bring
is,
in some Greek Cypriots.
I'm
Alex,
not
2-0 up, you know,
disrespecting
Tottenham.
her.
Yeah, I see it, mate. I've seen it.
He's
He's
smashing it,
gone.
mate, in the Champions League.
We're going to finish fourth, man. Go on, the Spurs.
Well, Galatasaray is losing, guys, so I'm fucking bit sad.
Good.
Oh, come on, man. You're playing Man City away. What do you expect?
I know.
and
No.
I swear.
I already said it.
What, is this the round of 16 or something?
Yeah, I think if we.
Well,
I think we're
the
out,
rules
man.
have changed
I think
a
we're
little
out.
bit.
To be, it's so confusing now, Shaheen.
It is the
Even I'm
round of
lost.
16 because
It is the round of
you've got the
16.
top 8 that are guaranteed through, and then you've got the eight below go into the playoffs. So yeah, I'd say round of 16.
We're fourth.
I know, mate. Look, I am disappointed in the way she finished that because look, I was fair and balanced earlier, where I went up against you lot and spoke whatever I spoke based on my opinion and whatnot, and to then go and say that to not agree with eventually getting a 2-state based on the way the talks are going is harsh. That's like basically saying you might be right, but I still don't want it. That's not fair.
But Erdogan is right what he says, Alex. Listen, how long are the Turkish Cypriots are going to sit here and wait for someone to decide something? It's impossible, man. These people have been strangled for the last 53 years.
As long as it's based on fair dialogue,
what do you think will happen if he went out on and addressed on live TV and explained exactly what happened in those conversations, and actually these people don't want a fucking solution?
Well, they don't want a solution.
What do you think the ramifications?
This is loud and clear.
Because not only
but
only were the Turkish Cypriots apparently screaming for someone like him to come in to try and get a deal over the line, the amount of support from the Greek Cypriots for this guy to win was incredible. Now, if this guy, who it seems that it's the only thing that the island's been united on in a long time is to have this guy win, comes out and says, look, this is what happened in negotiation, this is what was said, this is what was offered, blah, 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 whatever he says, and then he says, in my estimation, these people don't want a solution. What do you think the ramifications are?
To be honest, from everything I've looked into from today, I think Erdogan's being fair. I think he's trying to set something up where it's equal. And you know how people say that the 1960s constitution was set up to fail? I feel that he's trying to push something that's foolproof and that's not going to fail for both communities. But I don't think the
You're muted, Alex.
There's a lady saying she wants to talk.
You're right, Stella.
Stella. Sorry, I had a phone call. Go on, carry on, guys.
Yeah.
Stella, did you want to add anything? Bring you in.
Oh, evening, everyone. How's everyone?
Good evening.
All good.
All good. Welcome.
Just for the record, Stella, you are full Cypriot, by the way. Don't listen to that migration. He's an idiot.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I know he
That was
wound
actually
you
a
up when you
joke.
left
No one
the
listens
live.
to him.
That was
I know he
actually-
really wound you up and you was trying to justify yourself financially and your ties, but you really didn't need to go into that depth. I mean, you are 100% Cypriot, don't worry.
Yeah, thanks. I just wanted to add what Maria was saying, because I think there are a lot of Greek Cypriots that are misinformed. Because what I would suggest is, you know, there is a documentary regarding the whole 74 and what led to it and the atrocities. And I think if people actually went and did some research, they would feel differently, especially the Greek Cypriots.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, definitely, me too.
What do you mean? Explain yourself.
George, there were a lot of atrocities that the Greek Cypriots committed during the war, and it's, you know, people don't want to admit it. It's like Maria when she was saying, you would still have been alive if whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I'm explaining myself properly.
No, you are.
I think because I actually had a conversation with my sister and the other day, and she says to me, you know, there's a documentary on this whole Cyprus 74. And I said to her, no, and I actually went on YouTube and I Googled and I had like a squiz and, you know, and I think people should actually go and watch it. It's very informative.
Documentary is that?
Sorry?
What is about?
It's about what happened during 74 with Makarios and the atrocities the Greek Cypriots committed. I mean, it was quite graphic as well.
Atrocities occurred from both sides. I told you again, I think, I worked with a family, and one night I sat next to one of the people of Tashkent. When I realized who was, I got angry. But like Maratha,
George, how old was he then? Was he a young man?
No, I mean, 15 years ago, he was at his 75.
Okay.
And anyway, and atrocities happen from both sides. And we can't have this on a scale and see who made the most. Yes, I agree. I think I know them. But in that area, atrocities occurred from, Famagusta area, where is Salotha. Atrocities happened also from the Turkish army. Also, from Greek Cypriots, yes, I know them.
Yeah.
Anyway, I would like to say that, and I don't want to be tiring, that in Crans-Montana, to my knowledge, according to my knowledge, there were 2 steps to go further to find a solution. The 2 difficult steps were the acceptance of rotated presidency, which is accepted from Christofias of the 2010 with the agreement with Christofias and Talat. And this is what the Turkish side they wanted. And Greek Cypriot side didn't give it. Greek Cypriot side wanted no troops, no guarantees. Çavuşoğlu didn't give it. And that was the dead end. These 2 things, there were some also, but these were the 2 most significant rocks in the road for the solution. Today, Erhürman came and said, give me this one thing, the rotated presidency. So how the Greek Cypriot side will go to negotiations without nothing else to give? This was the 2 main problems for not reaching a solution at Crans-Montana. So if Erhürman was coming and said, give me this, and I will talk with Turkey, no guarantees, in 5 years, no troops in 5 years, would be a good step. But to my knowledge, he came.
George, they tried to do that in 2017. They tried to do that in 2017, and it was Anastasios that walked away.
Yes, and I said, Alex, that Anastasiades didn't give the rotated presidency, Çavuşoğlu didn't give the zero troops, zero guarantees, and this was the dead end at the Krasmontana. So Christodoulidis came today and he said, let's start from the agreements we reached in 2017, and we will discuss what remained as a disagreement.
Because the political arena has changed since 2017. That's why, George.
What do you mean, John?
Well, from Christodoulidis and his actions, signing coalition pacts with the I country, and it's all changed now. 2017 was then. This is today. It's a different scenario that we have on the island.
I have a different opinion, but even though you can't invite somebody to give something, the most important asset he has before the negotiations. What Christodoulidis will say to the people, I gave the rotated presidency and took nothing at all. How will this be accepted? From my point of view, they should go perhaps with an ending. This could be given to the Turkish Cypriots. An ending in 2 years, for example, in 1 year.
You don't know the Turkish troops whether that was discussed or not. We're not sure on that subject.
When 2017?
No. Today's discussions.
John,
we don't know if they discussed a gradual withdrawal of Turkish troops on the island.
My friend John, first of all, Herman can't talk about the Turkish troops in the island, I believe. Second,
why not?
Because he's not in control of the Turkish army in Cyprus. Second, in our media,
Akıncı was,
Çavuşoğlu was many times. Akıncı can do whatever he wants, but Turkish troops and guarantees is on me. Çavuşoğlu said
but
this.
Because you wanted zero troops on the island, which was unrealistic. It's not going to happen. That's why the deadlock broke there. That's why it came to a crashing end.
As a starting point, my friend. As a starting point of negotiations.
But if Christodoulidis wants zero troops on the island, then there was no point to going to the negotiating table in the first place, because that's never going to happen. On this island, George, that's never going to happen. There's always going to be some sort of Turkish armed forces on the north.
But John, even if there is, so what? You got Turkish troops in Bosnia, you got Turkish troops in Ukraine, you got Turkish troops in Syria, you got American troops next door to them at every step of the way. You got British troops with them every step of the way. I don't understand that. Why can't Turkish troops be somewhere as if Turkey's at war with Greece and Europe now? But they're not.
My friend Caucasian, because Turkish troops, for example, Turkish troops went to Bosnia, where they were not involved in the previous period, where traumas were people victims of this army. This is what Guterres said. Can't be the guarantees, because Guterres said that we have to find a new system of guarantees. But guarantor powers cannot be the one that will control the guarantors. Anyway, perhaps I am not saying very well. Something like this, said Guterres. I can say it properly in Greek, but there will be a situation that somebody will focus on how these troops will be reduced. This cannot be done by Turkey.
George, right, let's forget about the Turkish. Let's forget about the Turkish troops for a second. Yeah, there has to, for any solution to be found in Cyprus, rotating presidency is a must. It is a must for Turkish Cypriots. It's a must. Otherwise, there'd be no point to go to this negotiating table in the first place. Christodoulidis knows this very well, but he doesn't want to do it.
Okay, and Jan,
because it would be too much. It would be too much for his people to swallow. That's the problem if you want to get to the nitty-gritty.
Guys, unfortunately, we're going to have to pick this up next time. I have to close the live early tonight. Got some things to do. I don't know, Alex, I don't know if you're doing live or if anyone's doing live. Let the people know so they can give them a follow. But yeah, we have to end it here. Thank you to everyone.
My respect to all of you. My respect.
All right, guys. I don't know, Alex, you opening?
It's always a pleasure, George. Thank you for
Always
coming.
do. Alex, how do you want to
closing it up?
Respect to all of you, my friends.
Yeah.
Respect
Thank
to
you,
all
guys.
of you, my brother.
Respect to you, George.
Hello, sir. Okay. Good night.